The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
What?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
Ah!
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Sport! Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this playoff Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. This sports program starts now.
Sports!
Wonderful. Even whenever we're talking about people from one sport potentially playing in another sport, that sparks a debate on the internet that thousands and thousands of people will chirp about. Austin Rivers had an incredible performance on this show.
Thank you, Austin.
He started quite a conversation that certainly made him look like a dum-dum. There's a lot of people taking shots at him, but at least 19 million impressions on this particular tweet. There was others, then obviously Instagram posts, and it felt like everybody from the NFL world chimed in. No NBA players talking, though. Seemed to be very one-sided in this entire thing, which was shut up, Austin. Okay? The mental toughness that is required to play in the NFL and to play football is one that obviously Austin admitted to not having. He said he played for about 10 minutes in 8th grade, and that was too much for me. It was too hot. The coaches were yelling at me. It was too painful. I'm out of here. Seems like every basketball player, you hear the story of them talk about playing football one time, it all goes in a pretty similar fashion. It's a mental thing, not just a physical thing, but I believe that our sport, the NFL, is capable of creating a situation for one of these aliens to potentially score a touchdown. Mm-hmm. Now, can they handle practice every single day and 18 straight weeks and a training camp and off-season conditioning programs into training and OTAs and everything? Definitely not. But boy, what a convo last night sparked from Austin Rivers, and we appreciate him for that.
Yeah.
He took it on his shins a lot.
He did.
He got murdered last night on the internet,
Rightfully
which is
so.
fantastic. The playoffs are happening in two sports, and I'll tell you what, one of them is electrifying. The other one seemingly has a blowout or two at least every other night. The NHL had 2 overtime games last night, and they were thrillers. 4-3, obviously the Avalanche beat the Dallas Stars down in Dallas's barn. Dallas was up 3-0 early. Yeah. We thought maybe the rust of not having a game for a while for the Colorado Avalanche was going to kick them right in the tail feather in game 1. The Dallas Stars come out of a game 7 against Las Vegas. They score 3. Bang, bang, bang. How you doing? We're hot. We're in our barn. There's jubilation everywhere. Yeah. There is electricity throughout the entire Big D. But instead of Colorado Avalanche, excuse me, they score 3, go to overtime. And with themselves getting pounded and seemingly not having much possession of the puck, they have somebody shot out of a cannon, just faster than everybody else on the ice. Bang, how you doing? Keep it moving. Look at that, he's faster than everybody. This is overtime. This is the 4th period. Goal. Sorry about it. Honor the Colorado Avalanche. 1 up in the series. Now let's go to the other hockey game that took place. It was the New York Rangers and Carolina Hurricanes. Now, Carolina Hurricanes were favored to win the Stanley Cup over everybody else. Odds going into the playoffs. New York Rangers are obviously this great story because they're in New York City. They got this guy at Empire State Building, and they're a team that's been building for a while to potentially make a run at a cup, even though the Bruins have been in the Eastern Conference, have been dominant for a while. 4-3, double overtime. Rangers get a big-time win. Gensel, who's a trade participant, got his ass traded from Pittsburgh, scored 2 goals for the Carolina Hurricanes, but in the end, in double overtime, late night, long game, the New York Rangers get a big-time win at home, and all the khakis in the stands and all the yuppies that cheer for the Rangers are going absolutely ballistic as they take a 2-0 series lead, heading down into Raleigh to take on all the Caniacs in the next game. The NHL is blasting the NBA in playoff electricity, that is for sure, but we'll be talking about everything. Charania will be joining us in about 37 minutes or so. PK Subban will join us in about 7 minutes or so. Mark Messier, the captain, Moose, 16-time All-Star, 25-year NHL vet.
God.
Former teammate of Wayne Gretzky, obviously. Then he goes over to New York, wins another Stanley Cup, an absolute stallion and ESPN analyst. He'll be joining us in about an hour from now. And then JJ White will join us in the second hour because he buried Austin Rivers publicly.
Yeah.
He bullied the hell out of him.
He did.
To the tune of a few million views, and obviously he wasn't the only one. There was a lot of people taking shots at the NBA fragility.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fragility of the NBA players and what it takes to be in the NFL because they believe that Austin Rivers maybe skipped over that in his little 30 for 30 game.
Sure.
And then we'll have Patty Kavanagh of Notre Dame lacrosse and the Kavanagh lacrosse family
Hell yeah.
joining us in the third hour on YouTube, ESPN Plus, and TikTok Live, which run out of time.
Yeah.
Look out.
TikTok, we need somebody to buy that who has a lot of money because that's running out of time. I think that 9 months is going to come up a little bit quicker than we could imagine, but we're still live on TikTok. Patty Kavanagh, 6th overall pick last night in the PLO lacrosse draft. He goes to the Cannons to join his brother up there in Boston, and the Kavanagh family is obviously fantastic. Notre Dame just won the ACC championship. They're the reigning national champions. They're going to try to do the same damn thing, but look out. I've been told by Bobby Roode, Michigan's got a team.
Yeah, Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode told me, hey, let's remember lacrosse, Canada sport. Canada sport. People think curling and they think hockey.
Sure.
Lacrosse is actually Canada sport, I do believe. And, there's a Canadian playing for Michigan that won the Big Ten and nobody really expected. Now, the Big Ten, nobody really takes seriously whenever they're talking about lacrosse from the little that I know. It's like the Ivy Leagues or the ACC or things like Michigan might have it. This might be the year Michigan goes for it. But for us, we've always been Notre Dame boys because the Kavanagh family has taken us in.
That's right.
Bingo.
Ripping twine, cradling, like you wouldn't believe.
This is what we do.
Yep.
This is lacrosse.
Learn it from the best right there.
Yeah, you're damn right. And then look at this. What?
Boom. Switch hands.
Look at this one.
How about the offhand?
Oh, what? That's what they say when they run down the field.
That's right.
Bingo.
All right,
Every
let's talk
single
to
time.
Patty Kavanagh. I don't know how long that convo is going to go because, honest, I have not watched enough lacrosse games, so I don't know. But Notre Dame's going to win it again, and I'm happy about that. Talk Stables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Little USA right there on the chest, Con, man.
Yeah, look, I mean.
Yesterday you had racist turtle.
Boy, and
Yeah,
after
he
the
did.
racist turtle, I figured, I'll come back with an eagle, and I'm sure someone
go
out there
wrong
will
there.
think that's racist as well. But again, hey, what are you
Bald
gonna do?
eagle.
Yeah, I'm sure there's someone out there.
You see those things fly across the sky, you see nothing short of majesty. They're the size of humans.
They are.
They're the size of little babies, like
Majestic.
baby 18-month-olds flying through the sky there, these bald eagles. I love what you did to counter what happened yesterday with your shirt. Alongside 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler, we introduced to the world that these turtles have been racist all along. I had no idea. We've been trying to stick up for these turtles. We need to figure out how to save these turtles' noses.
Good people.
Let's go through hell drinking out of paper
Yep.
to save these turtles. And then all of a sudden we find out on May 7th, 2024, are these people worth fighting for? Are these things worth fighting for? And then there was video damning evidence that said these turtles are racist as shit. And I was told by animal community, it's not that they're racist. They just think dark things are dangerous. What? What? Is
that right?
What is that? Okay. Okay, good
either.
defense. Yeah, okay, that's even worse. It's gotten even worse for these damn turtles. So thank you to opening all of our eyes to that.
Somebody had to do it. And I went down a little rabbit hole. Couldn't find any real answers to why, but I don't think it was the sea turtles, actually. I think it was the land turtles.
Okay.
So, not all turtles. So some good ones out there.
Okay. Good
Amen.
people on both sides.
Yeah,
Good to know.
That's what you just said about
I don't know if I said that, but
Yeah, that's
some good ones out there.
That's how it sounded.
All right, sea turtles are good though, so maybe we do
Okay.
drink agave straws or whatever the hell else they got cooking over there. I like the plastic straw personally, but we do like sea turtles. They're not the racist ones. Okay, happy we got a little added update on the racism of the turtles that we learned about yesterday. 12-year NFL vet, rap. Hey,
Banger.
Yeah.
we got one.
Banger.
We got one.
New song coming out on the 21st of this month with Jody Breeze. Ladies and gentlemen, Pac-Man Jones. All the smoke.
All the smoke. We want all the smoke.
Yeah, it's
Jody Breeze.
Hey, it's a good song. Jody Breeze, haven't heard him in a while.
Yeah.
Still got it. We're
Still got it.
we're talking
Bars.
100 on the paint from Jody Breeze. The video, I think we got drone 8K footage.
Yeah.
Let's go, Pac-Man. Now's the time.
Yeah, moving the needle. I think this is the one to move the needle.
I hope so. And you're going to keep
Push
going.
this a little bit, but to let them know that we're really serious about what we're doing. And the music is really good.
Yeah.
Like I've dropped a song every month. about to put out an album, but I feel good about it, and it sounds good.
Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that. And that mental toughness, by the way, is the edge that some NFL guys potentially have over the NBA.
Sure.
You know, and a lot of old school NBA guys, I think when they read what Austin said, they were like, hell yeah. And then they looked at the modern setup for NBA guys and NFL guys and go, I don't know if now's the time to make that particular argument.
No.
You know, you go back in the day with Paul Pierce showing up with these big chains and he's hammered drunk, talking his shit, doing his thing everywhere.
Unreal.
It's like Paul Pierce has the mindset, I think, of more of a football player than of an NBA.
Middle backer.
And you go Kevin Garnett and you think about Allen Iverson, you think about these old school, you think about that basketball, potentially. Now there's only a few guys like that in the NBA. I think that's why we all love Anthony Edwards so much. I think that's why we enjoy the hell out of what he's doing. It's like, we got an old school, seems like dog who's not here to dap up. Now, I'm not saying the NFL is as savage as it used to be, but the sport itself requires some physicality and mental toughness. That did get missed in the convo, I think, between Austin yesterday with the 30 for 30, but that's basically the only thing the internet said. The internet was like, oh, okay, yeah, they'll last 2 snaps potentially on it all. I don't know if that's fair for everybody, but the NFL backers were much larger than the NBA backers.
A lot louder. And look, I got respect for both. Obviously, world-class athletes on both ends. It's probably a handful, maybe from both professional leagues, that can probably have a chance to play in the other one. But you made a great point with the football being so specialized. Like, hey, you do this one thing, red area, we get in the 5-yard line, we're throwing it up to you, LeBron, we're throwing it up to you, whoever. So you can definitely do that
You
more
can find a spot. If they wanted to nitpick, they could find a spot.
And at the same time, it's a lot of
corners out there. You better not put them into the red zone.
For sure.
You put their ass in the middle of the field, it's just going to be a rude awakening. I'm just saying that. I don't know if y'all seen some of the clips when Ray Lewis smacked Ocho. Just imagine 7'2" coming across the middle for a slant.
Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore, though. Now with the new rules, we got to think about the
Still
modern
can hit 'em low.
rules. Agree, you can still hit people.
A lot of DBs out there in the court play some top-level first-team All-Pro defense.
Well, so that was a whole other thing you didn't even think about, because you automatically think, can an NFL guy be a star in the NBA? And then it's like, well, he didn't say that. He just said be in the NBA. Right. It's like, there's some smack in the floor. And then let alone whenever it gets underneath, the little elbow in the back, that's going to be a little bit different from a football guy. So you can get into the intricacies of it all, because Austin Rivers could say, so you're telling me they couldn't get into first and goal from the half-yard line? Let's say the Kansas City Chiefs. They got Travis Kelce, Rashid Rice for now. Get your ass out of Dallas. Get out of Dallas.
Right.
Come on. Like you got lucky with the first one. Lucky. We all know you got lucky with the first one. You know you got lucky with the first one. Now, within months, same thing. And listen, I'm somebody that made a mistake. I mean, we all made mistakes. Pat's made mistakes. Yeah. Like, literally, people make mistakes. But at some point, you got to realize, wow, I really dodged
the Kansas City.
Yeah, I need to. If I want it, I got to do it. If not, just completely away from it. Rashid, too damn talented, too young, too much ahead of him. He's already won a Super Bowl. It's like, get your ass out of Dallas. What are we even doing? Focus in on football. Let's change your life forever, as opposed to changing a night forever. Let's have a good night. Okay, you can have a lot of those later, Rashid. Whenever you become a guy, somebody needs to tell him that in his inner circle, and his inner circle might need to be completely changed as well, that to even get him in that spot. And I'm not saying it's easy, but let's say Rashid Rice doesn't have his ass in jail before this football season, which he is trying, seemingly trying his best. You got Hollywood Brown, Rashid Rice, they got Xavier Worthy, and Travis Kelce. Okay? So let's say they line them all up on one side. You got Wemby.
Oh, my God.
Okay, on the other side.
You heard him.
On first and goal from the half-yard line, Andy Reid's going to figure out a way to get Wemby a touchdown. Like, that is what Austin Rivers could just be like. He's in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's in the NFL. Would he be able to last more than 3 plays? Absolutely not. Would he have more than one play that's scripted for him? Absolutely not. Could he get through a practice or a training camp or anything? Absolutely not. But first and goal in a half-yard line.
He's scoring a touchdown.
You're throwing that ball to the sky. Wemby's spiking.
Coming down with it.
And that spike is coming from the highest.
Yeah, the top of the goal.
It has ever come down, ever. So it was a great conversation. I'm very thankful that it happened.
Off-season combo.
Perfect.
Be pressing his knees on that one.
Yeah.
Shots to the thighs. All right, let's give this guy, let's give him a bruise in the thigh. Hopefully we'll be able to break him. House of Sport, this guy got involved. He'll be on in the second hour for sure. I saw CC Sabathia, some baseball players chime in. They go, let's not forget a lot of baseball guys. We had scholarships to play football or basketball. It's like, CC, you did. Okay, once again, we're talking about eras here. These baseball guys play one sport now. They're throwing balls all year round. Let's, CC, you, maybe. Okay? Skeens, definitely.
Skeens, for sure.
Skeens be a left tackle.
He can do it. He can do anything.
Okay, but let's relax. You know who nobody's brought up?
Who's that?
Hockey players.
Right.
They say these guys suck on land. You get them on ice, though, they're better than everybody. Joining us now is a man who was on TV last night, not talking, though, just taking in a double overtime thriller in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the program, PK Subban.
Hey, listen, speaking of being on TV, I was a little bit disappointed. I got a couple texts to my phone. Me and my best friend, he played, put on 3 different jerseys in the NHL, played a couple games with Mess. And I hear Levy and Weeksy say he's my handler. Like, where's the tee-up, ESPN? We're at MSG. There's models everywhere. Like, why not pan to a model and say, hey, you know what? PK and, Chris, these ladies should go over and talk to these guys. These are premier guys. Where was the tee-up? Like, come on.
You look good. Oh. You had 3 chains on. You had your cologne chain and then 2 crosses. We saw it. They were on you for an uncomfortably long time.
Yes.
While you were talking to somebody about something. Looked like you had a great time. What a game. Hey, that's the first double overtime game of this playoffs, which is abnormal, I think.
Pat, I got to tell you right off the hop, I'm all in. I got the week off until May 13th, which is my birthday. But I am all
Happy
in.
birthday, PK. Happy birthday, PK.
Same birthday.
Thank you. It'll be on Monday. My birthday's the 13th, so I'm off for the week. They gave me the week off. But, dude, I'm all in. Listen, I play for the Devils, but whether it's Celtics, like, I'm all in. Doesn't matter. Knicks. I got the Knicks. Right? I'm all in. Dude, look at me. Hey, Rangers, I'm all in. Any game, I'll wear any hat. I'm all
Bruins?
in. And you know what, Florida? In Florida, I was there for the Stanley Cup final last year. I probably spent more rooms at the Elbow Room than I think it's the B&T Center or whatever. It's not MSG, but you know what? I'll throw an Elbow Room hat on.
PK.
Let's go.
PK.
I'm involved. Guys, let's go.
I didn't know Elbow Room had merch.
Yeah.
Shout out to Elbow Room.
Need some of that.
Moving some merch down there. I like the fact you're like, hey, I got the week off, so if any of you guys want to give me free tickets to any of these games, I'd love to come. Celtics, Knicks, who gives a shit? I got Rangers, Panthers, who cares? Bruins, who cares? I'm in on everybody. It's a wonderful time right now, and we were talking about this as the show started. NBA had 2 20-point blowouts last night. Okay, now granted, incredible skill, incredible everything. Stars are being bored over there in Oklahoma City, and the Celtics. I mean, it's just like there's definite good teams, but the NHL last night, 2 overtime games, let alone all of these series that have taken place, 2 Game 7 wild finishes in the first round. It's like hockey's killing it right now, PK. Legitimately, especially last night, it was on display fully.
Well, this is the best time of the year to watch all sports, but I really believe.
Well, that's not true. Yeah, what you're saying is dumb, PK, and I don't have to have a full Austin Rivers situation here. But obviously, December, January, February are the best times for sports. Okay, all right.
Okay. Hey. I will give my respect to the NFL. At that time, of course.
College ball as well.
Yeah.
College football, yes. 100% baseball. All that stuff is great.
Not baseball. Not baseball. Not baseball. We're not talking about
pull that out.
We didn't say October.
Dump that.
A Yankees game's great to go and watch. I love
exactly right.
Yeah, try to get tickets. All right.
Well, I got to get teed up on the back end. I got to tie it in on the back end, Pat. Come on, I got to get teed up.
But you're right. Right now is magic. Every single night it feels like.
It's unbelievable. And, MSG specifically is probably the best place in the world to watch pro sports. So it's really a privilege to be able to go there and watch. But TD Garden, whether you're there, you're in Florida, whether you're watching the Celtics play, it's the best time of year. But specifically to hockey, I really believe this is the best hockey we've seen in a long time. Watching that Dallas-Colorado series is going to be insane. And, look at the way it started, right? 3-goal lead. Colorado comes back. And I said earlier this season, I'm going to get to the Rangers in a second, but I said earlier this season, a few weeks ago, that the Rangers might win the President's Trophy, but they're not the best team in the league. And I got a lot of heat for that. People are like, what are you talking about? And now people are texting me different things saying, hey, man, maybe you would have been right. You got to put respect on what Nathan McKinnon has done this year and Cale Makar, what he has done so far in his hockey career. And Miles Wood stepping up, huge overtime winner who I played with in Jersey, by the way. Super happy for him. But There's something special going on in Colorado, and you got to be very wary of that team. That's a team that not enough people are probably talking about this year outside of Nathan McKinnon. They've had some injuries, some new players come in. But, I mean, this is going to be an unbelievable series. It's going to go back and forth. It's going to be a long series. But Colorado comes out of that. They're going to be very, very tough to beat. Personally, what I would like to see coming out of the West is I would love to see either Edmonton or Colorado come out of the West just because I think the Rangers are going to get to the finals, not to take away from Boston and how Swayman's playing. I know. Swayman's playing great. Florida is playing awesome. I love what's going on in the East, but I really would like to see the Rangers, seeing that team against either McDavid and McKinnon in the finals would be a dream for the NHL. I'd love to see that. But you know what? Hockey's at an all-time high. You don't want to miss a game right now. So I'm up late nights. I'm watching games. I'm recording games. You don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, I agree completely with your last sentence there. Now, when you said about the Rangers winning the President's Cup and then not being the best team, and then people text you saying you're right, it's like they're up 2-0 right now with the odds-on favorite Carolina Hurricanes. And Shesterkin standing on his damn head. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, PK, to your point, it's awesome being a Bruins fan watching Swayman also stand on his head. But then last night you watch Igor Shesterkin, and all of a sudden you do think, if the Rangers have the entire team on offense and defense that they've had and then have Shesterkin playing the way he is now, it is clear that they're the best team. Do you think there is a way to beat them? Is there a formula right now to kind of take advantage of what the Rangers don't do well, or do they really do everything perfectly and it is going to be a tall task to beat them in 7 games?
I like the way you Shesterkin. No diggity. Because I'm telling you right now, when he's playing that way,
pretty good.
I don't care whether it's Jeremy Swayman at the other end, whether it's Nikolai Habibulin, whether it's Vasilevsky, whether it's Patrick Waugh, Martin Brodeur, the way he is playing, and he has played. No,
Patrick Waugh.
I know.
Tim Thomas.
Patrick Waugh.
You
better relax, Purnell.
Dominic Hasek in there, too. I'm not going to relax. Igor Shesterkin is absolutely filthy. He's the backbone of this hockey club, and he is going to be the main component of why I believe they can win the Stanley Cup this year. I mean, I watched. Carolina was the better team last night. Anybody that says that they weren't didn't watch that game. Carolina.
All you were doing was talking to that dude the whole time. Yeah, you weren't watching the game. You weren't watching the game either.
Whoa, well, I'm going to tell you something. If I'm talking to females, I ain't doing it out there. So you can tell me about talking to dudes all you want. I ain't doing that.
Well, I'm just saying, when I saw you on camera, I was talking to some dude. They said you knew the dude. They give a shot.
Well, we're breaking down the game. But I'll tell you this. Igor Shesterkin, he's not in net. You got Jonathan Quick, who's 100% capable. But Igor Shesterkin is bringing an element to the New York Rangers that not very many people are going to be able to actually capture, because the belief that you can do whatever the hell you want, knowing that if you give up a breakaway, a 2-on-1, that your best chance of coming out of it on the positive end is having him back there to cover up the mistakes. And right now, I don't think there's another goaltender. Jeremy Swayman playing lights out. Unbelievable. Bobrovsky playing great. The guy right now for me is Igor Shesterkin that you want in net. No matter what game it is, game 1, game 7, I want that guy in net.
And to be clear, PK was a part of a couple Igor chants last night and watched him have 50.
No, I did not chant. You didn't get the video of me chanting. I did not chant. I did not.
Not once?
Respect. I high-fived. I had to high-five a couple fans. I'm not going to get jumped at MSG.
Chance.
Like, I got to give a... Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
They have the whoa. You definitely did the whoa after they scored.
Whoa, hold on. Let me tell you this right now. I can't stand that goal song, and I'm going to tell you why I can't stand it. Because the Kitchener Rangers in the OHL used to have that same damn goal song. They have the same jerseys. Okay. They had the best crowd in Major Junior, 12,000 every game, and they spanked them. We were in the Memorial Cup. We beat them in the round robin. We beat them in the semifinal, and they pump us. My last game in junior, 7 or 8-2 or something like that. My last game in junior, I had to listen to that song.
Whoa!
In their building. 8
Whoa!
times. Okay?
Sorry about it, PK. 12,000 in a barn? They deserved it.
Yeah.
I'm so shell-shocked by that song. I'm starting to like it. Like, I've heard it so many times. I'm like, I can't even hate on the song. I'm like, maybe I deserve. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe I got to accept it.
What is the Igor chant? What's the Igor chant?
The Igor chant's sick. There's some massive drum. Yeah.
Igor.
Yeah,
he knows.
You were doing that all night. We know
bitch.
you were doing that all night. That's why you're like, Swayman, that's the wrong team. That's a different sport.
Nick.
Okay. All right, let's stay in hockey. Ty's got a question for you.
Yeah, PK, in terms of like the psyche of a team, like I know you said that you think Dallas and Colorado is going to go the distance, but for both teams that lost last night, like when Dallas is up 3-0 in the first period and then they end up losing that game, and then obviously Carolina, you go into 2 OTs and then lose, where, I mean, obviously if this series is 1-1, it's much different going to Carolina. But as a team, like, how do both of those teams that lost that last night, like, respond? Because I feel like both of those losses were just backbreaking and demoralizing.
Well, I look at Florida, the difference between Florida and Colorado. 2 really good teams, but the difference is Colorado's got a very explosive offense, right? Like, Florida doesn't have anybody close to Cale Makar. And, they might have some really good players. Barkov, second to no one, two-way, Selke guy. I get it. Matthew Tkachuk, the intangibles that he brings. But skill-wise, Nathan McKinnon's on a planet of his own. So when you have 2 guys like that can facilitate and draw attention, you can pull yourself back into a game 3-0. But the way Florida plays, they play a different style. And their power play is not going to be like a Colorado's or a Tampa Bay. It'll be really good, but they do it by committee. So for them to get down by a couple goals early would be a lot more difficult for them to come back than, let's say, a Colorado that can push the pace. I was not surprised that Colorado was able to come back, because you look at Dallas coming off that Game 7 win. They got adrenaline going on. It's hard to sustain that, though, for 60 minutes. And when you're looking at championship pedigree, Nathan McKinnon, Nichushkin, Makar, all these guys, Miles Wood, as much as he wasn't on a championship team, that's a veteran player that plays playoff-style hockey. So they're ready for that moment to grind it out and come back. I think with Boston, they were just on such a high, but give credit to Mr. Montgomery and getting everybody involved. You look at their goal scorers, Geeky. Brandon Carlo had sort of a suspect first round, takes a step forward in Game 1, is looking a lot better now. So they're getting depth scoring. Also, Brazeau. This Brazeau kid's playing well. So Boston got everybody involved. But going down 3-0, like for Colorado, I wasn't surprised that they came back. That's a team that's built to do something like that.
It seemed like Nikki Skates and our Canadian Gumpy were like, you go up big early. That's the asshole thing they talked about right there.
Okay,
yeah. That was the thermos that Steve Levy brought up that said it's so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous.
Steve Levy, listen to me. Steve Levy's on a health kick right now. He comes in and, I see him. He's eating his protein bars. He's taking care of himself. Listen, if Steve Levy drank half of this, he wouldn't have to eat any protein bars. He'd be well on his way. So Steve Levy should take a page out of the professional athlete's book and drink some water. I drink 8 liters a day. Steve, just get in your 6.
Liters?
Don't worry about my canteen.
What is 8 liters? What is 8 liters in America?
This is 4. So 4 liters is a gallon. So, right? 4 liters is a gallon, I'm pretty sure.
No way.
That's 2 gallons.
There's no way there's 2 gallons in there.
You got to do the big G.
That's 2 gallons in there?
4 quarts in a gallon.
4 liters. I drink 2 of these a day.
Oh, that's 1 gallon right there. So that's like milk right there. Got it.
Okay.
That's a gallon of milk right there.
But Pat, you got to remember, I'm training. Like, I work out in the morning, lift in the morning, cardio, Epsom salt bath, massage. Like, you just basically keep drinking all day.
2 gallons of water a day.
So much.
Double fisting all day, kid. Where's my elbow room hat?
Photoshop that. Someone Photoshop that, please.
It's not
Photoshop
going to
that.
be good for you, PK. The elbow room saves you, though. D-But's got a question for you about what you were saying about Florida there.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned it. We got a lot of shots on goal. Obviously, Boston was coming in hot. But what are the adjustments going forward for Florida? How do we turn it around and get a dub in the second game?
Well, I got Florida winning this series still. Yes. I'm not worried about them.
Okay.
I still think that they're going to find their game. I thought the first round, they didn't play their best game, and they still beat Tampa. They're still trying to find that. Listen, look what happened to Vegas, man. Vegas went all the way to the Cup final last year. You can see that they didn't have that bounce in their step. It's hard. Wow. It's very, very hard. You go that whole distance to the Stanley Cup final. You try to recover. You have new players coming into your team. It's difficult. So for Florida, I have confidence. This is the same core group of players. Yeah, they picked up Tarasenko. Yeah, they got Mikkola on the back end, but it's pretty much the same team. So for them, they know what it's going to take to grind this thing out, and I think they will. I would expect them to win game 2. That would be my expectation, and I would expect them to play a whole lot better than they did in game 1.
Okay,
Period.
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, everyone at ESPN except for Steve Levy's saying that, so you might as well. I mean, it's a broken record at this point. Who gives a shit?
Well, you know Levy's picking Boston no matter what. You know he's picking
Yeah,
Boston
but literally
no matter what.
every other hockey person
Yes.
at ESPN picked Florida. I mean, that was wild to see.
Yeah, asinine.
That was wild.
With Swayman, too. It's ridiculous.
Patty Maroon's up there.
yeah,
That
big.
guy just collects
Here's the
Stanley
reason
Cups.
They
for it.
finally win a Game 7 in overtime at home to get over the hump. I mean, come on.
What are we even talking about?
What is
Here's
this?
the reason for it. Here's the reason for it. I think everybody who played the game of hockey or watches a lot just appreciates Florida's team in the way that they play.
Of course.
They got a perfect blend of everything. They got great goaltending. They got some skill on the back end. Basically, all their defensemen play with sandpaper. All their forwards up front play with sandpaper and can score
great.
goals.
Jam.
Reinhart, Verhaeghe. Like, no one's picking Reinhart and Verhaeghe with their playing style out as superstars. But Reinhart scoring 60 goals. Verhaeghe scores, I think he's got like 7 overtime winners in the playoffs or whatever it is. Or 6 over, like, these guys can play. So I think when you look at their team, there's a lot to love there with their team. And I think there's no like, I wouldn't expect them not to be a favorite with the way they play. And then couple that with Paul Maurice and great coaching. They're an easy team to love. With the Bruins, I felt that they left us wanting more. In the first round, you go up 2-0. Like,
You don't like the Bruins,
Easy team to
PK.
hate.
You don't like them.
Easy team to hate.
You don't like
He has
them.
a hat for every other team.
But the Bruins.
But the Bruins, yeah. No B on his.
Hey, listen, it's nothing personal. I picked Pasta. Listen, I said Pasta and Lindholm got to step up. I wanted to see them step up. And I love those players. I love Pasta. Love
Sure.
Marchand. You know I love Marchand, even though I battled against them. I love their game, and I love their team. All great guys. JVR, stop it. JVR, Carlo on the back end. I know all these guys. Swayman, I love them too, but they got to show me more. I need that killer instinct in Boston.
5-1.
I don't know what happened.
It was
Ever since
5-1.
Lucci-
5-1. It was 5-1.
Yeah, I get it. But it's when you're faced with adversity. Listen.
Like being up 3-1 and then it being tied and then going to a 7-game series and winning in overtime like
Hold
that
on.
adversity?
The Toronto Maple Leafs were this close to creating history and sending the Boston Bruins up. Like, when you really think about it, but it didn't happen. It did not happen.
Exactly.
It did not happen. But honestly, Toronto was the better team. The second half of that round, Toronto was the better
best
team.
of 7.
Okay.
I thought
guess
they
there's
deserved more. So,
some LSD in that Epsom salt bath today.
Yeah, what do we
I
got?
suppose.
What are we
Hey.
sipping on up there? A little lean for the
jug.
I don't know if you guys follow me or not, but you need to follow my videos because I gave Boston their flowers. I called out Pasternak, called out Lindholm, and I gave them their flowers when they stepped up. Right? Lindholm gets the big goal. Pasternak gets a goal. Lindholm assists on the big goal. I said the big guys got to step up, and they stepped up. I'm giving Boston their flowers. I'll be at the game on Friday.
There you go.
I'll be there.
There you go.
I'll be watching the game on Friday in Boston. I'll be there.
I just watched you hit Marchand pretty good or Marchand pretty good.
Be careful out
Yep.
there, PK.
Yeah.
And this is why Brad and I get along because we have an understanding. We have an understanding. Brad plays within the rules, doesn't look at me, and he doesn't have to worry about that.
Night.
You know?
It's quite the
Yep.
hit.
Yeah, I mean,
Night,
PK
Yeah,
is
he
laid down.
says, yup, that's what he says.
God bless Bob Cole. Bob Cole, who just passed away, did the call on this game. God bless him and his family. But that was
Thornton.
man, that felt good.
There you go. Running away from Sean
amazing.
Thornton. Yeah, makes sense. I'd run too.
Hey, listen. Well, yeah, you'd run away from him too.
That's what I said. Yep, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Pick your battles.
absolutely.
Yeah, we love it.
Want no part of him.
PK, you do have quite a Boston bias. And the hit was awesome, though. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
you
be
like-
careful up there,
Where's
Friday.
that Boston hat?
You don't
Hold
have
on.
one.
Where's that?
No,
look at
that.
that doesn't count.
Ew.
That doesn't count.
See any
Jay
Pacers gear?
Tatum.
Yeah, I didn't
Jay
see any
Tatum.
Pacers. What about the Pacers? Too
Jay
small of a...
Tatum. Jay Tatum, kid.
Hey,
You're old. Layup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Play in the
Oh,
NBA.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
You need to throw your name into this NBA and NFL conversation, PK. You look natural.
I thought I was a bandwagon.
Yeah, right. I mean, PK is looking for tickets to whatever. I'm actually going to be up there in the Oven in Boston next week. Let's go Celtics. I think there's a game next Tuesday.
Jay Tatum.
Yeah, you want Jay Tatum?
Euro.
Tatum. Yeah. Oh, you love the Euro step.
Hey, so I'm just going to say this because you're a hockey player and this is normal. You can't play catch, right? You can't throw anything.
Are you nuts?
You can't. You can't.
No way.
If you were to have a ball.
Okay, hold on. Let's make this clear. Best athletes in the world are hockey players.
Yeah. We did this yesterday.
Okay.
We don't want to hear this.
What's going on here?
Yeah, we're not getting into
everything was going well. Everything's going well until that. Like we can throw balls, we can throw footballs, we can throw baseballs.
I'm sure.
We can shoot basketballs.
We'll give you toughest.
Yep.
We'll give you toughest. That's probably where it stops.
They don't sniff Vanderstappen though.
Yeah, tough is and no one's bringing up the G1 racers, but the toughness of hockey players is certainly that is peak. That's 99. That's 99.
Yeah, their attribute there.
They are 99 on that particular one. But just playing,
catching,
you just accidentally throw a football at a
Can
hockey
you believe
player.
I played 13 years? 13 years and my face still looks like this. Can you believe that? It's unbelievable. After 13 years. Crazy.
Well, we got a massage. We got a bath. We got a workout. We got some Botox. And also, also.
No Botox. No black don't crack. No Botox.
Well, that's what I didn't want to say.
Berries and juices. Berries and juices, man. Berries and juices.
Yeah, it works differently for people from the Caucasus Mountains. It seems. Tone's got a question for you about big time shots. We almost saw one last night.
Yeah, PK. Obviously, your hit on Marchand that we saw there was awesome and clean. Trouba, we have seen in the past, I think it was Game 5 against Sidney Crosby with a cheap shot chicken wing that won them that series. And Trouba last night, just an absolute torpedo trying to take another guy's head off. Is that a guy you just love to have on your team and hate to play against, or what do you think about old Troubs?
Well, first of all, if I told you I didn't love everything about this clip right now, I'd be lying. I love it. I love the nonsense. I love the stuff that toes the line. I mean, that elbow hits him. If that elbow hits Martin Necas in the chin, Trouba's gone for probably the rest of the series, maybe more, right? But it doesn't. No, let's be honest, right? Now, I don't think the intent. I'm gonna take myself into Jacob Trouba because I played against him. I know him. Mm-hmm. I love Troubs and I love his game.
Look at the kick to the head.
I do not want to ever see him. I do not want to ever see him stop hitting and trying to hit guys like that. I want to see more of it, actually, and I love it. And I think we need it in the game. I try to protect guys like Troubs because it's an element in the game that we don't want to leave, but it's got to be clean. And I think Troubs has been really good at that, at hitting guys, devastating hits, but doing it with his shoulder. When I played, I tried to do it with my hip a lot more because I'd be skating backwards and try to catch guys with their head down that way. Troubs is really, really good timing-wise of stepping up and hitting guys forward. And when you do that, it's difficult when guys switch angles and switch positions. So Martin Necas, in that last moment, kind of bails out. And I thought Trouba, the reason why the elbow came up first was to brace himself from hitting the glass, but that elbow came up a lot earlier. It came up a little bit earlier. I'm glad. Put it this way. I'm just happy that the elbow didn't hit him because then we'd be talking about something else. But I loved it. When I saw this on the sitting in the stands, I mean, every fan was on their feet. I love to see that in hockey. You just got to keep that elbow down. So I'd like to see it with the shoulder.
Okay, kick to the back of the head is not a penalty?
It was an accident.
Well, that's my accident. I mean, come on,
just
guys.
kicking a guy in the back of the head. I mean, it shouldn't have accident or not.
Here's what I'll say though. Players, hold on. Who's on the ice? Hold on. You step on the ice at MSG. Like before a game, when you're looking at the lineup and you're looking at a roster, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at Boston. I see Ginla, Horton, Thornton, Paille, Campbell. I see Thornton. I see McQuaid. I see Boychuk. I see Chara. I see Recchi. I see Seidenberg. I see I'm seeing a list. Ferentz. I'm seeing a list of guys. I'm saying, okay, they got 11 guys on this team. So I can't step on the ice without having my head on a swivel that there's 11 potential killers on the other team that could take my head off if my head is down. And I'm a marked man. So for players that step out on the ice today, and this is where I think it's lost in the game, Guys step on the ice like they're out for a walk in Battery Park here in Five Eyes when they should be walking down the street like they're in Harlem. Like, guys, you got to have your head on a swivel. Okay. You can't be skating through the middle of the ice with your head down. Like, there's a killer out there. Like, that Trouba guy's for real. So you got to know. No, you got to know that he's on the ice. And
let's scout report. Let's know our enemy here.
Well,
we got to know.
It's like, yeah, man. Like, it's part of the game, and I don't want it going away because guys are out there lackadaisical for a skate. Like, you got to know that a guy like Trouba is going to throw. He's looking for the big hit, so he's got to keep his elbow down. He's got to hit clean, but players got to keep their head up. I'm sick and tired of seeing guys skate around with their head down.
Yeah, and we as fans and internet people are happy because, I mean, the GIF of him torpedoing himself into the glass.
Awesome.
It was just like that dude with the judge in Vegas. You know, that was literally what it was. An immediate thought. It was an immediate thought. As soon as you see him fly, it's like. And then also yesterday, it was literally the same thing.
The jersey on that.
That guy's going to jail forever. He knows.
Elbow kill him early.
I think he was told like, yeah, you're going to jail forever. He's like, well, at least one last.
Go out with a bang.
Yeah. That guy was so good in high school.
Hey, I got a question, though. I got a question. You think Martin H's is going to be looking over his shoulder every time he takes a breakout pass, stepping up the middle of the ice for the next 6 games? Or for the next 5 games?
Yeah, I think anybody
goes 7?
Anybody playing the Rangers, I think, are thinking that now, yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. So message is set.
Yeah, look out.
Well, it's not clapping. They're not pity-patting like you hockey players with football.
Hardball hockey.
Nick, 6.
All right. Hey, happy birthday, man. We appreciate you. You're not back on TV till next week because it's your birthday week?
Yeah, they didn't give me off for my birthday. I did 2 games with Bucci solo last week, so Mess and Leaves are doing some games this week. They did one with Kevin Weeks last week, who you saw. Listen, I think they lost some good looks on the desk last night, but that's just my opinion. So, but yeah, I'll be off for another week, and I'll be back either the 13th or after that.
Way to go. Ladies and gentlemen, PK Subban.
Yeah, PK.
That was all-time performance.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He has merch for every team that's still in the playoffs.
It's unbelievable.
I got a week off, by the way, willing to travel.
Yeah, smart man.
Jay
Not
Tatum?
interested to come to Indiana, though.
Yeah, not a single pacer or anything.
Well, what's the point of having that, though? I mean, what are we talking about? You need to have the merch for the teams that are going to go the furthest so you can wear it.
Pacers are playing the Knicks this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. I assume they'll get screwed by the league and the refs again. But if they don't, Pacers win in 5. This is Pacers in 5 type situation.
Like
You think Tyrese Halliburton's going to have the same offensive performance that he had in the first game? No.
Hope not.
You think these refs are going to be as blatantly, obviously biased towards the Knicks in this next game? No. Pacers win this one, and we keep it moving. Bring it back home to the loudest barn in the NBA.
Well.
Gamebridge Fieldhouse.
Come on now.
And then all of a sudden, TJ McConnell's coming to life. He had 20 last series. He'll have 30 this one. I mean, the Knicks are dead.
I think Reggie Miller's going to be in the building, too.
No.
Is Larry? That's who they need. They need the legend in there.
Larry Bird was obviously a part of building the teams of the past that went to the Eastern Conference Finals, ran into the Heatles every single year, and he does have deep history in the state of Indiana. But Reggie obviously just,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The mural up on Mass Ave, too. Yeah. I mean, Reggie.
But in Madison Square Garden is that hole.
Remember? I remember.
So if he's there calling the game.
Yeah. Need to get Rick Smits there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's there. Rick Smits at every game.
Jermaine O'Neal. Bring him back.
Love Jermaine O'Neal.
Yeah.
Jermaine O'Neal.
He had a club here in town.
That left shrimp.
Dog.
Good times. Got a little violent sometimes, but it was a good time.
Dislocated.
Yeah.
Talking about a guy who could play NFL.
That's club life. Speaking of club life, Rashid Rice, get out of Dallas.
Yeah, please.
Hey, Sal, let's get back to Kansas City.
Not even clubs there.
Get out of the city. Like,
No.
I don't know.
OCD's phase 2, what's it called?
Who?
OCP's.
OCP.
Face son of a bitch.
OCP's phase 2.
Did you hear about this? It's not OTAs right now. It's off-season conditioning program phase 2. Did you know that?
What's the difference?
Well, that's what we had to figure out for 10 minutes.
question.
Matt Conti, the Indianapolis Colts PR guy, he's one that said, we're calling OTAs too many things. It's not all OTAs anymore. So none of it makes sense. Speaking of not making sense, why wasn't Jamal Murray suspended indefinitely for throwing a towel in a heating pad on a court? Somebody could have got really injured.
That's right.
Kick him off the tour, Doug.
Now.
Forever.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just a fine.
It's a big one.
It's bullshit.
We thought
no, it's only 3% of his annual salary. So,
but it's still a big fine for a basketball fine.
I think 0.3 is what
yeah, not 3%.
Whatever.
Yeah, basketball players make a lot of money.
Green was upset.
Joining us now, a lot of people were upset they were on TV about get this guy out of the league.
Yeah.
Get this guy out of the
Yeah,
league.
legend ain't happy.
Well, he has a lot of history of being a full-blown asshole, too. I think they were holding that against him. Oh, he does it.
Well, he posted that thing on his Snap story.
What was that thing?
Really bad. He is Canadian, right?
Let's get to a man who maybe knows more than we do about how it became a fine as opposed to a suspension. That's got a lot of people who are journalists up in arms. Ladies and gentlemen, senior NBA insider for the Athletic Stadium and FanDuel TV, Charania. Shams, kick him off the tour. Why'd we end up with just a fine? Because our source says, who did not want to be named, told us yesterday this is probably going to be a fine. We reported that yesterday, but some people thought it was a suspension coming. Ends up just being a fine. How'd we get here, and what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I had to confirm you guys on that news. Substantial fine, $100,000. I mean, listen, I think you said it right there. Jamal Murray, not necessarily known as someone who's got a rap sheet, not necessarily someone that's known to have a history of doing this. Even the referees, from what I'm told, they felt, even after the game, even after reviewing the footage of the heat pad at one point, the towel at one point being thrown at them, they felt like Jamal Murray did it out of frustration. He's dealing with a calf injury. There were a couple plays during that game where he felt like he was fouled. He should have gotten a call. Mike Malone, we saw him come out on the court, and the fact that the referees didn't even give him a technical or eject him, and the referee said after the game, even if he threw that at us, we would have just given him a technical foul. We wouldn't even have ejected him. So I think you put all those factors in play, and the league, Pat, in the NBA, they have conversations with the players. They have conversations with the referees before they make a judgment on whether it's a suspension, whether it's a fine.
Yeah, but what about journalists?
Spoke to Jamal Murray.
They talk to journalists?
Good question.
Well, I'm talking to people. Me personally,
you're talking to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the weeds on it, but they spoke to Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray showed a level of contrition. He understood. He took some responsibility of the heat of the moment, how frustrated he was, and fortunately, no one did get hurt. Fortunately, Jamal Murray's aim, whether if he was aiming it out of frustration, it literally hit the ground both times. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't impact anyone. So I'm sure that played a part, that no one was injured, no one was hurt. But listen, Jamal Murray, and this to me is a microcosm of this entire series. Minnesota, Anthony Edwards, these guys are dogs. They're bringing it bringing it to them. Like, they're punching them in the mouth every game, and they're making them not really. Yeah. They're putting them into so much frustration right now. It's palpable. We saw it on Jamal Murray. But Game 3 is Friday, and Jamal Murray will be in action.
They're not actually punching him in the mouth, which leads to the whole NFL, NBA conversation that's been taking place. But that Timberwolves defense has been locked down on old Jamal Murray from what we've seen, and obviously frustration grows. I'm happy nobody's suspended, especially in the biggest games of the year, having a star out. That leaves an asterisk for everything. I don't know why everybody is so suspension hungry for people, especially if the people involved are cool with it not happening. But I guess what those folks are worried about is obviously the world, mostly. Mm-hmm. But they don't want this to become a thing, right? Nobody wants this to become a pattern, and we're not assuming that this will be the case.
Yeah, no one wants this to be a thing, and there has been precedent when players. I remember Udonis has him through his mouth guard at an official in 2006. He got suspended one game, but Jamal Murray has no history of this. He has no history, no rap sheet. He's got no past as far as demonstrative actions toward an official. So history plays a role in this, right? And Draymond Green has been suspended for games based on history. And I saw Draymond Green came out and made a pretty good statement as far as the first thing everyone rushed to when this happened with Jamal Murray is why not suspend him? But let's look at the situation, talk to the referees, talk to the player, talk to the people involved. And at the end of the day, Joe Dumars, the people at the league office, they make a recommendation. Adam Silver, they all huddle and they talk about it. And then their decision was to fine Jamal Murray. I mean, $100,000 is a pretty sizable fine for the NBA. And they gave it to him, and now he's going to learn. I don't think anyone expects Jamal Murray to be throwing heat packs or heat pads on the floor anytime soon.
How does the NBA pay structure work with playoffs? Like for the NFL, you get your contract through 18 weeks. I guess there's some teams that pay year-round. That is not what I've ever heard. But 18 weeks, you get your contract. So a massive check, game check. Game check's a big deal. It's talked about like, would you put a game check on it? Because it's huge, obviously. Then playoffs, everybody is paid the exact same thing. So you got a lot of star players taking massive pay cuts, and then you got a lot of young guys getting a massive pay grade or upgrade, So how does it work in the NBA? Are they making their same checks from the regular season, like $100,000? Is he just playing for free for the next couple games? Is there a set way of how they pay during the playoffs over there?
So every player in the regular season, their deals over the course of the entire calendar year, it's based on however the player's contract is. There are some players, Pat, that get 80%, 50%, 60% of their entire salary in one lump sum in a month, whatever the case may be. I remember a few years ago, Ben Simmons, his check, he was getting 50% of his check on 2 different dates. At one point, players have that in their contract. But in the playoffs, there's something called playoff bonuses, right? So depending on how far you advance, if you get to the finals, if you win the championship, and so there's always playoff bonuses, playoff shares. Sometimes for players that make so much money, the playoff share is so nominal in terms of their full salary that I've heard of guys donate their salaries to their players or staffers, their teammates, and things like that. That's how nominal some of those playoff shares are. But it is a good amount for players that are on the bench. Back of the bench, those playoff bonuses do hit big.
Okay, so it's not really even a discussion. Like the NBA is not paying everybody. Like the NFL pays, I think, for the playoffs, everybody. Now, the NFL is making out like bandits because the amount of money that they're making off these playoff games versus what they're paying everybody. But it's just, in the NFL, it's all just become like, yep, that's how it works. And if you make the Super Bowl, I think when I went there, it was like an extra maybe 170,000 or 250,000. I forget what exactly it was. So a lot of teams are like, hey, another week's another check. Another week's another check, and the check gets bigger and bigger. NBA, it doesn't sound like that's the case unless you negotiate in there. Now, let's talk about the playoffs in the NBA. Ty has a question for you, Shams.
Yeah, Shams, I know the other night the Knicks and Pacers, came down to the wire, was pretty solid. But for the most part, the playoffs have absolutely stunk thus far. A lot of blowouts, not very many close games. Why do you think that is? Like, we heard going into the playoffs, right from round one, it was like, hey, no one can compete with the Celtics. They're just going to beat the shit out of everybody. And on the other side, it was kind of the Nuggets, and the T-Wolves have obviously taken it to them. But why is there, no parity whatsoever? It seems like the better teams are just winning, and they're doing it handedly, and these games are basically over with, in the third quarter.
Well, in the Eastern Conference, I think that's definitely been the case. And I think, you have to give a lot of credit. I do think the Philly New York series, I think that was an exciting series, even though it ended in 6 games. I think that was an exciting, or 5 games. It was an exciting series overall. There were highlight moments, but listen, out east, it's tough. The Orlando Cleveland series, that wasn't something that was even, I think people around the league were focused on until it got to a game 7, and that game was so low scoring. But to me, the Western Conference is where it's at. Even seeing the rise of Anthony Edwards and how Minnesota played Phoenix, and Phoenix has got their 3 stars, and seeing the way Anthony Edwards went in there and just absolutely dominated that series, and now the run that he's on against Denver and the reigning champions, that's nothing to sneeze at. I think the Clippers-Mavericks series was great, even though Kawhi Leonard was out.
Sneezing at it, and listen, beating the piss out of everybody.
20, but these are good storylines for the teams that are winning, obviously.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But the games are
Last night was tough. Oklahoma City, Dallas. I do expect more out of that series. I think that series will have a chance to go 6 or 7 games. I do think Dallas, the way they're playing, Luka Doncic last night, 6 of 19, very similar to the way they started out that Clippers series. Lose game 1, feel that series out. We'll see what happens in game 2.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that series has some potential as well. And then we'll see. If Denver wins game 3, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they could make a comeback as well. They are the reigning champs.
Okay, so we could be having a 7-game series story as opposed to each individual game story.
But the Eastern Conference, I can't speak for the Eastern Conference. I can't speak for Boston.
Well, you didn't even tell us that the Cavs and Orlando Magic were even playing.
Didn't even know.
So we didn't even know until Game 7 happened. It was like, wait a minute. I love Spider Mitchell. I love that they did the Yeet thing during halftime. Yeah. I didn't even know they were in the damn tournament. I had no idea those games were happening.
Well, I get it, but also isn't part of the problem. Just because it goes 7 games doesn't necessarily mean it's a good series. If one team is just winning by 20 points every game and then they get down to a game 7, it's not just oh boy, we got a game 7. It's the series as a whole, though, has stunk.
Yeah, there's been some dominating performances. Kyrie will wake up at some point, we think.
I hope so.
No doubt.
And then we think Joker is going to wake up, even though it seems like the Timberwolves are okay with stepping on people to sleep. Let's go, basketball.
Shout out Jaden McDaniels. Remember, we were talking about his extension.
I killed him.
back in October. We got to give him his flowers. He's locking up 94 feet.
I love that. I like good defense right now in the NBA. Quick question about, the story of the NBA instead of the blowouts in the playoffs. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Sugar Shams, do you think that you could cover the NFL? Or are you strictly an NBA insider? Do you think you have what it takes to cover the NFL, be an NFL insider too?
You mentally tough enough?
I listen. I'm gonna let the Ian Rappaports of the world do their thing. I ventured down that lane a few times.
Broke news.
What I didn't realize last year during the draft is I think I put out the number 3 pick.
Yep.
And what I didn't realize is you can make it like the trades happen in real time in the NFL draft, right? So like the trade happens and the guy will go on stage with the hat on. That doesn't happen in the NBA. So, there's a little bit of an adjustment period. I think there's some lessons that need to be learned when it comes from NBA, NFL crossover that I've experienced. But could I? I mean,
you NBA folks are so arrogant.
It's ridiculous.
You think you can do everything.
I know Austin a little bit. I saw his comments.
Awesome.
I covered him as a player.
I love him.
I covered him as a player. I think the point, it's an interesting point. What we hear is you hear about NFL players or players that are growing. Like what I hear a lot when I talk to NBA players, they spoke about how they used to play football a lot growing up, and then they switched sports because of the safety, because of how difficult it was, because of
physicality.
Physicality.
It's tough.
The physicality of the sport is just next level.
Much
like
work.
It is legitimately apples and oranges. It's a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother animal. Guys transfer over to the other sport and play basketball. So given that, like I don't hear about basketball. You guys, that's your thing. How many NFL players played basketball, were better at basketball, and then switched over to the NFL? Were there any?
I don't know.
Oh, there were a lot.
Literally, all we get to see is highlights.
I know Antonio Gates played.
Julius
like
Peppers.
the Nate Robinsons of the world.
Eric Swope played basketball.
Haynes of the world. Like these guys played football, but then they eventually fully focused their attention on basketball.
Charlie Ward.
That might be the greatest argument that the NBA could have, is that there have been college basketball players go play in the NFL, but have there ever been NCAA D1 football players go play in the NBA?
Charlie Ward.
It's hard.
Boom. Okay.
Heisman.
Well, and also,
a long career.
I think.
Sham, who would you pick right now that could go and play in the NFL that's in the NBA?
That's a great question. Zion.
Yep.
Zion is a athletic, physical specimen.
Mm-hmm. He would.
See, but the thing is, he's got the size. He's got the frame. He's got everything.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox. Wide receiver. I could see wide receiver, cornerback. He's
got wheels.
He's fast as hell. He's got wheels.
I think Anthony Edwards could play. Yeah. You just put him somewhere. Hey, this is what you're going to play.
His baseball quote.
I think he would figure it out. I can see that. Yeah, I enjoy the chatter just because we get a chance to talk about how athletic all of our professional athletes are, because there's freaks that are out there, and there's one of them. There is one of them.
Oh, that ball was definitely deflated before this photo.
No, that was fully. That's why he'd be great tackle. Anyways, we appreciate the hell out of you, Shams. We'll continue to chat with you, hopefully through the playoffs. You're the man. Keep it going.
Appreciate y'all. And by the way, we are getting bangers.
Next round.
One after the other. I'm talking about the beef. I'm talking about.
Oh
yeah. Uh-huh. Well, that one seems to be.
That's
Benito.
Bow on that one.
I'm talking about the songs.
Banger. You're talking about the drive-by shooting too.
Is that you?
Way to make fun of it, Sean. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Charania. Yeah. Okay, Sean. Hope you're happy. Better have an alibi.
Oh, you was talking about Sheamus.
Yeah, banger after banger. All right, hour 2 on the other side. AJ Hawk will join us. Mark Messier will join us. JJ Watt will join us. Should be fun. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. Take 3. Hello and welcome to Office Championship Wrestling live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Tonight we have a straight to hell match in which the devil will battle against our office wrestler, Dylan Boston. You might be wondering how we got here. Let's find out right now. And now we have to make a deal with the devil.
Yeah, no big deal. Classic trial by combat situation. We got our champion, Dylan Bostic. All he's got to do, win the match, 1, 2, 3, and we're home safe.
The only man that would take the job to protect us from the devil himself, Dylan Bostic.
Like you mentioned, Pat, there's probably about 5 or 6 other guys we'd rather have in this position, but we'll take Bostic, I guess.
Not only are all of our souls on the line, The Office Championship Wrestling Championship, presented by Natural Light, is also on the line.
Jesus, the devil's trying to put Bostic right to hell!
I do not want to
Good
go to
God,
hell.
no!
Don't do
Good
it.
God, no! Come on, Bostic, man!
Oh, no. Oh, my.
I'll see you in hell, Pat. The goddamn Easter Bunny's out here! What the hell's he doing here?
The Easter Bunny is obviously here to help Dylan Bostic. Wait a minute. No!
Oh, no!
The Easter Bunny's been on the devil's side this whole time. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Jesus
What the hell's
Christ!
Jesus Christ doing here?
The power of Christ is compelling Dylan Bostic.
Look at this, Pat! Jesus Christ is bringing Bostic back to life! Jesus is going insane! And now Bostic's kicking wholesale ass in the ring!
Jesus Christ has come to help Dylan Bostic defeat the devil and defeat the Easter Bunny. What's going to happen here?
Good God Almighty, it looks like he's going up in the scissor lift!
Jesus is lifting the scissor lift. Jesus is now telling Bostic to come down.
Don't do it, Bostic! Don't do it! Oh my God! Bostic's dead! He's dead! You can't tell from home, but that scissor lift is about 8 stories up, Pat!
80 feet in the air. Oh, wait. He's tuning up the bed. The devil.
Super kick! Into the casket! The devil goes down! The devil goes down!
He shuts the casket.
And
Back to
that's
hell. The devil goes straight back to hell where he belongs.
it! With the assist from Jesus Christ of Nazareth!
Dylan Bostic saves the PMI office's souls and wins the OCW championship.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
What?
let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, UP. Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this playoff Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. Hour 2 of this sports program starts now.
Sports!
Are wonderful. Even the debate about sports playing other sports and sports being the greatest of all time is not debatable. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. USA, USA, USA. What a shirt.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There's one thing we can all agree on is if it was a country versus country, NBA versus NFL, we're beating the piss out of everybody. Think about that.
USA
Riddle me that. Hey, Europe, put together a football team. Go ahead, all your countries as one, and then come over and play.
Well, so flag football is becoming an Olympic sport, I do believe.
Absolutely.
So we're about to kind of see a version of football that isn't actual football, but it is enough of football for football fans to get behind it against other countries. And I've heard about academies in other places, like Germany, I think, has some.
Yeah.
I think England has some academies. They're learning football since they were like little kids. Like, when I grew up playing soccer. So I hated when everybody was like, well, America's so far behind on soccer, they're never going to be able to catch up. It's like, I've been playing since I'm 3 years old. So how far behind am I versus some other country? I felt like it was an excuse. Like, I felt like it was like a bullshit excuse. Sure. But with football, legitimately, they are far behind.
What do they even call it?
At this stage of things. But at basketball, they are.
Yeah, they're catching up.
Hey, that video, Luka posted a video giving respect to environment. I don't know what, maybe in Serbia.
I'm going to find it right now because it is that good.
It was amazing watching what they have done with basketball internationally. It just, flares and shit, the chanting,
and
how loud it is. It's like basketball has become an international sport very quickly, and they've become very powerful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look at the league right now. SGA, Greek Freak, obviously Joker, Luka, Jamal Murray, Joel Embiid. They are definitely catching up. But, I still take our 5.
Yeah, NFL's 5?
Well, both, NFL and NBA.
Okay, yeah. We're going to win the Olympics.
No matter what.
Yeah, so don't be doing anything stupid other countries and acting like you're going to beat us, because you're not. Because LeBron's playing.
Never. Exactly.
And J.J. Redick's coaching, just like he's going to be coaching Los Angeles Lakers. It seems like that's really gaining.
Yeah, that's gaining some traction.
That's gaining a lot of steam. Feels like he's the only guy, potentially, that could maybe do this at this stage of the entire LeBron thing.
I guess. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Nothing against J.J. Redick, but it's just if you're coming in and it's basically listen, you're the head coach, but the plan is you're going to do just whatever the hell LeBron says.
The Flint Tropics, bro.
And you're going to draft his son.
Aren't all the coaches?
Sure, I get it, but what happened to the Flint Tropics? They didn't make it.
Yeah.
They didn't make it. They won
fourth.
They won
fourth
place.
They
won the Flint Michigan Mega Bowl, but they did not make it to the NBA.
They won fourth place.
Okay, is that good enough?
If the Lakers were to win fourth place right now, they would be jacked.
Frank Vogel won a championship, and they said, you know what, you sawed-off son of a bitch, get out of town. That wasn't good enough. Okay, we won 60 games. We should have won 70 games with that roster.
What about Darvin Ham? What'd they say to him?
They basically just said, hey, listen, you suck at your job, and we're done with the excuses, okay? You can't, LeBron may be a little long in the tooth, but he's still an absolute dog. And, Anthony Davis maybe just gets hurt all the time and doesn't show up in fourth quarters, but guess what? Stop bitching. Figure it out. Oh, wait, you can't? Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, good editing. Good self-censorship there by Ty Schmidt. I didn't expect that. One half of the Hammer down. Cowboys Tone Diggs. Didn't plan on talking about LeBron and the Lakers, but this is sports media.
Well, and sometimes you have to. And you were saying JJ is just going to be his puppet. Isn't that all of LeBron's coaches?
For sure.
Well, no.
Besides Spo. Mm-hmm. Sorry, besides Spo.
Well, you've seen Spo, haven't you? You've been at a game where Spo's drawing up some big plays.
Spo has proven himself.
I literally saw Spo, and this is my own damn eye.
Yeah, this is live in person, brother. This isn't a story.
This is my own eye. I'm front row right behind the Heat bench during the playoffs back whenever the Pacers were playing the Heat for 3-4 straight years or whatever.
Yep.
I'm sitting right behind. They call a timeout. Now, maybe I think Pacers called a timeout. Mm-hmm. So maybe the Heat had nothing to say, but we got to act like we're doing a timeout. Mm-hmm. Spo actually held the dry erase board like this, 30 seconds. And then timeout ended. All right. And they just went back.
Heat on 3.
I've never been more. I was so flushed. I'm like, so how much of this is just bullshit whenever I'm watching the games? Because it seemed as if he was like, all right, got to just act like we're at least thinking here. And I think LeBron sat down on this side and they were just hanging out. And then they get in and they just go back out there. I'm like, oh, they didn't have shit to say. Just kind of doing nothing.
One time out. What was the score? Spo, like you said, Spo has proven himself.
The Heat would end up winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Heat would end up winning in the whole thing. But, LeBron. Hey, Pacers used to go. Pacers and Heat used to battle. Just like what the Pacers are going to do to the Knicks tonight.
Whoa.
You cheating ass, big city, coastal elite bums over there in New York City.
Hopefully Tyrese shows up.
Okay.
He's probably talking to TJ McConnell right now like, yo, TJ, we need 30 points tonight because I got nothing.
TJ.
Whoa.
Is that an impression? Was that an impression of Tyrese Halliburton?
No, I don't have the two-voice thing. But maybe Reggie there will wake him up a little bit.
Bruce Brown had Tyrese Halliburton's jersey in a trash can right over there.
I saw that.
What?
The gourd on this guy.
Yeah, you guys get the refs to help you in game one. Then you put the guy's jersey in the trash can. You're a real piece of trash, Bruce Brown.
TJ McConnell is really my only concern. He was the best guard on the Pacers in game one. I think he will be again in game two. He's a problem coming off the bench. Ton of energy.
Easy Yinzer. Yinzer last night for New York helped out as well. Game winner in overtime. 12-year NFL vet. An absolute stallion on football fields and in the booth. New song, All the Smoke, coming out on 21st. Ladies and gentlemen, Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah.
Pac-Man, good conversation about the NBA and the NHL in the first hour. And then obviously we squeezed in the NFL NBA thing. You asked Shams, which player does he think in the NBA would be able to go to the NFL? Which NFL player do you think is most suited to head over to the NBA right now? We're not talking all time. We're talking current players because we have some highlights for you if you want to look at them before you make your judgment.
I can wait to make my judgment. I got a couple off the top of my head.
Go ahead.
I think T. Higgins can go.
Okay, hold on. We have a T. Higgins highlight, I believe, from high school. This dude's like dunking from the foul line. Okay, he's explosive. Now, he would end up focusing on football and become a weapon and make it to the NFL. But it feels like he potentially had a little bit of ability, size, and athleticism. Maybe would have made it to the NBA if he gives it a go.
He was 15th ranked coming out of high school when he chose football over basketball, which, is pretty good. 15th is pretty good.
Yeah, and we got sold-out gyms waiting for him to go, huh?
Hey!
I think that's through the legs or a cradle. Remember, not too long ago, we had terrible cameras now. We should really enjoy where we're at. How about anybody else? Who are you thinking?
I would say Myles Garrett, but I'm not going to go. Give me one, Tom.
Why are you not going to say Myles Garrett? I actually don't mind Myles Garrett pick. Out of the entire list that Dan Orlovsky put out, Myles Garrett at least made sense.
Yeah,
because we've seen video.
Derrick Henry made a lot of sense too, though.
Well, he's got power. I think he's saying he's got. Dan Orlovsky listed off 30 football players that just came to his mind. He might have put who's the most popular 30 football players on earth.
Tyreek.
He just put it out there. Like T.J. Watt, we're not 100% sure if he's gonna. He's getting 6 fouls.
Yeah,
he's playing some defense. You'll see him in the paint, but I don't know if he's necessarily our representative for this entire thing. Myles Garrett on there, we've at least seen him do his thing, and we've seen how athletic he is. I've seen him jump over an offensive lineman. It's like Myles Garrett, if he was to focus on the NBA, could he become a basketball player? Maybe has the size, could be able to figure it out. George Kittle, obviously, you're going to want him on the bench and in the defensive side of the court.
Sure.
He's chirping, he's smacking the ground.
Yep.
I appreciate Orlovsky just going, here's 30 NFL guys. It's the offseason. Here's humans you need to remember. But his list made the argument worse for about 4 or 5 seconds. And everybody was like, Orlovsky back with that stupid shit again. And everybody just moved along. Didn't slow us down. Jalen Ramsey's on that list. And I, obviously have incredible respect for how athletic he is, but I had not seen him play basketball. Hey, Jalen moves very, 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 very smooth and can shoot. And obviously, whenever we're thinking about athleticism, you talk about DBs. I should have expected this out of Jalen Ramsey. I had not seen this video. I had not seen him play. Wet jumper. Defensive side, he'll be able to lock down. That's literally what DBs do. And then he can get to the rim, no problem, seemingly against a bunch of, potential LA Fitness or whatever this is.
That's NBA defense, though. They don't start playing defense until the playoffs in the NBA anyway. But I think a couple of rookies should have been on that list. Cooper DeJean and Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman video hit the internet last night, him playing basketball. And not only is he hysterical, wears Macy's jackets, but he's pretty violent around the rim. And there's a lot of guys that have a lot of basketball highlights, and I assume a lot of the NBA guys will just pull up like their high school highlights. Sure. But what we're saying is these dudes are all in the league right now, and if you were to drop them in there, give them a month or two, we could find a spot on the court for them. I think they're not going to be the stars of the team. Maybe hell, Jalen Ramsey might just decide to take it over.
You never know.
Myles Garrett might say, "Hey, I'm the alpha." Keon Coleman might do the same damn thing.
Play D1, MSU.
That's what we're talking
real
about.
Minutes, too. Not just like fake minutes, real minutes at MSU.
Got offered at Kansas to play both football and basketball. Kansas is, you go to Kansas to play basketball, you're pretty much going to the league.
Yeah. I mean, Hutch would go get you 20 and 10 for any team in the NBA. Right?
See, that you're doing Dan Orlovsky. Right?
Well, no.
Yeah, you're doing Dan Orlovsky. Here's big guys that got good work ethic. They can figure out basketball. Dan Orlovsky said that's
Tyreek Hill's 5'9", and I love Tyreek. He's the fastest man on the planet, but Isaiah Thomas is 5'9". He's been trying to play in the NBA for the last 5 years, and no one will give him a call.
Yeah, but
he played, but
dropped 50.
That's why.
Yeah, but that's why he's out of the league, because he's too small now.
Joining us live from Manatee, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, a man who we don't think would be able to play in the NBA, although who knows?
Maybe,
legitimately.
Yeah.
But nobody in the NBA wants to see this guy's head. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
Hawker, that conversation certainly got lively last night on the internet. I don't know if you caught up with it.
Yeah, I didn't. Going over Dan's list, I mean, what a Dan list. What'd you say? Like, here's some hardworking white guys that they'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, not only hardworking white guys, because obviously it's not an entire list of white people. I don't even know if there's 30 white people that we could put on an NFL list at this stage of the game. But like, whenever you're talking about Dan Orlovsky putting lists together, it's like, okay, probably going to be ass, going to be trash, but he's going to triple, quadruple down on it.
Yes.
And he's going to feel like he's in the right. Then he's going to go shopping with his wife, post a video about being pissed about just wanting to play sports.
Yep.
And then next thing's coming is, wait till you hear about the food I ate. It had flavor. Ooh, that's Dan Orlovsky football.
Yeah. That's right.
And that's why we love him. That's why we love him. Obviously, that conversation took place on the internet. Wow, playoffs were happening. The NBA had 2 blowouts, 20-point wins. The NHL, though, had 2 overtime games, a double overtime game and an overtime game. The NHL playoffs have been magnificent, and there's been a man on the coverage for ESPN who is a 16-time All-Star.
Jeez.
That's got to be wrong.
Wasn't in the league for 16 years.
No.
He was an all-star 16 times. 25 years in the NHL. 6-time Lordo winner.
Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has a lot of nicknames. Mark Messier. How are you?
Hey, boys. Good to be on with you.
Hey, so they call you the captain, they call you Moose, they call you Mess, they call you everything. I just want to let you know, when we were reading through your damn stats, holy shit. What a life. Mess, what a life. You have crushed it, and I'm thankful that ESPN has given you a platform to kind of break down these games. You guys have been great all year, especially in the playoffs. Let's talk about the playoffs. Hey, the Rangers. Okay, here we go. Carolina Hurricanes coming into the playoffs. Odds-on favorites in every sports book, including ESPN Bet, to win the Stanley Cup. Now the Rangers up 2-0. Shesterkin standing on his damn head. Mess, they got a chance to win this entire thing, or what are your thoughts on this Rangers team and this series as a whole?
They sure do have a chance to win it all. They have looked unbelievable all year. The team is playing with a lot of chemistry. They've been together long enough to have that kind of that knack of knowing where each other is off the ice. You can just see the way that they play the game, the way they interact with each other on and off the ice. There's a chemistry that happens with a team that is staged to win a Stanley Cup, and the Rangers have that right now. It's easy to see from the outside when you're at the games, when you're watching their interviews, when you see the things that they do and the way they play. They are poised to win a Stanley Cup. They got all the ingredients that it takes to win a Stanley Cup. They got the great goaltending. They got the defense. They got the high-powered offense up front. Their specialty teams are probably as good as there is in the league. So they are all systems go. And one of the things I really like about the Rangers right now, they probably got as much toughness and balance on the team that they had in a long time, maybe since 1994. So they're never going to get pushed out of the game right now.
Yeah, the Empire State Building has brought in a lot of electricity, and obviously he has all eyes on him. But there's other hands flying for that Rangers team. And you brought up something that we talk about in the NFL. It's like
hands flying. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's never been shout out me, dude. Shout out me. I love that. There's never been a good team in the NFL that didn't like each other. Every good team I've ever been on in football or any sport, they've all liked each other. I think that's what you're referring to the Rangers. It's like the way they interact. It's seemingly chemistry through the roof, camaraderie. The boys like each other. They're playing for each other as well. That's big in the NHL too.
For me, I've never been involved in a team that's been successful that didn't have that attribute, that the players really care about each other on and off the ice. They're willing to go to war in a way with each other, willing to sacrifice. They're willing to do the work on and off the ice to prepare to win. Winning doesn't happen because of playoffs start in the spring. Winning starts, it's a culture, it's a way of life, and it starts in September in training camp, and then it goes all the way through the 82 games. And the Rangers and the other teams as well have been trying to do this for a lot of years now, but the Rangers, in my opinion, are a team that's been knocking on the door for a couple of years. They suffered a harsh setback last year. They got punched in the nose when it wasn't expected. But they came back this year with more resolve, and it's showing so far during the regular season, and it's showing in the playoffs to this point anyways.
We're talking a 6-time Stanley Cup winner, Mark Messier. Go ahead, AJ. 6.
Mark, what do you think it would mean for that city? I'm sure we know New York City with the Knicks, the Rangers, what's going on. You know firsthand what it's like to win a cup there. What would it mean, you think, to the city right now after all this time?
Yeah, well, you see what's happening where you saw what happened back in 1994 with the Rangers winning and the Knicks going to the finals and the unfortunately losing, but the city was on fire because of both teams. Madison Square Garden, 80 degrees yesterday. The atmosphere was electric in the building again. And when you got both teams playing that are easy to cheer for, I use the term that the teams are easy to cheer for because they got a lot of character on the team. The players are likable. They've done a great job in the community on and off the ice. And so I think for the fan base, this is incredibly exciting. It's been almost 30. Well, it will be 30 years this spring for the Rangers since we won in 1994. So I think the time is right now for the Rangers. I think this is a great opportunity for them. They got all the components that you need in order to win. And if they can do it again, that Canyon of Heroes will look fun again.
Hey, hell yeah. Hey, Moose, a big part of it, you bring up they got everything going for them. There's another team in the East that's got a very important part of playoff hockey, seemingly as a dumbass that watches. The goaltending's the real deal. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Moose, it feels like the Bruins have kind of hit this different level for their team, and it all starts with Jeremy Swayman. He's been absolutely phenomenal for these last few games. I think he's 5-2 overall in the playoffs. But when you're playing on a team that has a goalie like Swayman, like Igor last night, how great is that just for the mentality of the team? Like going into tonight for the Bruins because of the way Swayman's been playing, does that just add a massive motivation or a massive assurance like, hey, we got one of the best guys in net back there. We just need to get out there, score a couple goals, and we're going to go back to Boston with a 2-0 lead? Or what's the mentality there for a team when you do have a goaltender in the net like a Jeremy Swayman?
Well, I was fortunate in my career through the 25 years that I played, I have that kind of goaltending, starting with Grant Fuhrer and Andy Moog at Edmonton, and then Billy Ranford.
Mulligan!
Oh, yeah.
What a
and
dog.
then Billy Ranford taking us to our 5th cup in Edmonton, and of course Mike Richter and Glenn Healy in New York. So it's everything. The goalie's the backbone of the team. There's a reason why you follow the goalie onto the ice every game, because you know that the goalie in so many ways can give you confidence the way he plays. It allows the team to play freely because you know you're going to get the stops that are required in order to win. And the character of the goalie is incredible. The preparation that they have to do in order to play each and every game, it rubs off on the team. And I always have so much reverence for the goalies that I played with, that we won with. And of course, now you're seeing it again with Boston. You're seeing it with Shesterkin. You're seeing it with the teams at Ottinger and Dallas. Anybody that's still playing right now is obviously getting great goaltending. But for Boston, to your question, they had to stare down the barrel of the gun in Game 7 against a stubborn Leaf team. And you look at each other in the eye and you say, "Is this? Can we keep moving here? Can we keep going? Or are we done for another year?" And they got past the Leafs, and now they seem to have gotten even more confidence. Backed by an incredible goaltender by Swayman. I mean, he looks rock solid in there. And, they came off a tough 7-game series. They got a rested Panther team, and they were able to go in there and win that game, and they did not look tired. We'll see what the rest of the series looks like. But Panthers are going to have their hands full with Swayman and the team playing with as much confidence as they have been.
You hockey people created standing on his head. That's a hockey thing, because I think they use it in soccer and any other thing that involves a goal. Because that's it. Literally, first thing you think, this guy's standing on his head. Mm-hmm. Like last night, 54 saves for you. 54. That is so many saves, and then a couple massively timed ones as well. And then you think about the game 1 for the Bruins a couple nights ago. 40 seconds into that game, there's a Sports Center top 10 save. It's like that is huge for the entire team, for the entire confidence of the night. Goaltending doesn't get talked about until playoffs. It's like playoffs is when it comes like Tommy Barrasso, Ken Regan brought so much happiness to Pittsburgh. And Marc-Andre Fleury, he came in and won over the entire city. It's like in the big games, it's the goalie that seemingly can become the hero quickly, and it's a beautiful thing. Now let's go back through your life a little bit. Moose, D-But's got a question for you.
Yeah, Mark, 4 of us up here went through, obviously high school, college, and then jumped into the pros. I read that you skipped major, junior hockey, and collegiate all together and went straight to the pros. What was that transition like, and was it a real welcome to the league? I asked Austin Matthews this, and he was like, "Oh yeah, my first game I scored 5-6 goals, I believe." Yeah. What was your welcome to the league moment as a rookie?
That wasn't my trajectory. Trust me. In fact, it was back in 1978, 79, or 72 when the WHA, a rival league, formed called the World Hockey Association, and back in 78, 79, they started signing underage players to play in it before they got to the NHL draft as competitors. That team or that league eventually folded. And so I have the distinction of being the youngest player in sports to fold 2 different franchises. I played 5 games. I played for 5 games for the Indianapolis Racers, and they folded. So I came home and kept playing junior hockey. Then I went and played for Cincinnati, 48 games, and then they folded that year. And then that's when I went into the draft of the NHL. But I scored 1 goal my first year in pro, and I was actually we got hemmed in our own zone. finally got the puck and I dumped it down the ice and changed. And so when the goal actually went on the ice, went into the goal, I was on the bench.
Nice.
So that was my introduction to professional hockey, and then of course got drafted by the Oilers, and the rest is history. But so yeah, I didn't finish grade 12. I went to play professional hockey as a 17-year-old, and so much different trajectory nowadays than most of the kids, where they can either go play major junior hockey and get drafted as 18-year-olds and go in there, or you can go to college route and obviously play 4 years in college.
I don't know how many 17-year-olds in the 70s were like, yeah, I'm ready to go play professional hockey or not.
Yeah.
But that would obviously lead to a 25-year career, 16-time All-Star. And then whenever you're playing with the Oilers, you're behind Waino, right? You're second center behind Waino, and you win 4 cups there, and then you win...
We won 4 with Wayne, and then Wayne got traded, and we won the 5th cup in 1990, a couple years after he was traded. So it was an incredible experience in Edmonton, in my hometown. I got drafted right to Edmonton, which is I grew up in, and I knew every person in that crowd for the 12 years that I played there. It was amazing.
Yes. Hey, thank you for what you did for hockey.
Unreal.
Happy you said as a high schooler. I don't know what 17 years old.
Grade 11, I believe.
Yeah.
Year 11, excuse me.
Grade 11.
I left in November of my grade 12 year.
Grade 12.
There it is.
Grade 12 year, of course. Grade 12. Do you say oven or oven, Moose?
Oven.
Thank you. Jeez.
He's got a brain.
Out and about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What was the
Against.
Against. Yeah. A team's playing against another team, or are they playing against another team?
I say against.
I love it.
I mean,
Not that Canadian.
PK comes on here, and he's just, I mean, the amount of accent that he said oven for oven. He said oven for oven at one point, PK. And I know you guys have a great relationship, obviously, because of TV.
Got a great relationship. He's fun to work with there. Every once in a while there, I got to sit him down and really kind of teach him the ropes here and there but he's an interesting guy. He loves what he's doing. He's really trying to make a career of it, and I'll tell you, for the career that he had, he really loves the game, and I think it's really. And he was a tremendous competitor. I mean, you think about the Montreal Canadiens and having to go up against Milan Lucic for all those years in Boston, all the top players, and he was a heck of a competitor, and it showed on the ice. And he's taken that same kind of competitiveness into his new career with ESPN, and he's been great to work with.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it. I mean, he had 6 different teams merch on today. Yeah. He was cheering for the Knicks and the Celtics and the
Yeah, the flavor of the week.
Yeah, night maybe, not even a week. It's the flavor of the hour.
Flavor of the night.
Pac-Man has a question for you, Moose.
Moose, the other night it was a really tough call in overtime. Do the refs normally control the game, which end up costing Carolina to lose the game? Did you agree with the call, or did you not agree with the call?
And officiating in hockey as a whole, I think, as well.
That's a great question. I always have a hard time, getting down on the referees. They got an amazingly tough job. We've seen in the past there, at times like that, where referees can actually swallow the whistle and not call anything, which actually in a different way affects the outcome of the game when penalties should have been called. I think there has to be a little bit of a allowance for certain penalties at certain times of game that weren't directly related to a scoring chance. And that infraction happened out by the blue line. There was no danger from one team or another scoring. I thought that it was more of a push than a cross check. I thought it was a battle for the puck.
Ooh.
And the outcome was probably one that if we had to have back over again, we might have called it differently. Certainly the explanation from the NHL and the rule books states that you could deem that a penalty. I think that's a discretionary call, in my opinion. And I didn't like to see the game ended in that fashion. Obviously, I'm a little biased to the Rangers, so I'm happy they won the game. But I think if I put my hat on for the Carolina fans and the organization, the coaches and the players, to end the game on that seemed to be a little bit off. And unfortunately, but I will say on the flip side of that, you guys, is that you are going to get over a 7-game series. You're going to get some good calls that go your way. You're going to get some bad calls that go your way. But over the 7-game series, the better team will eventually win, and it'll overcome any bad calls that come their way there. Carolina has their work cut out for them. They're not playing very disciplined right now, taking too many penalties, and their penalty killing is being way too aggressive. They got to really settle the penalty killing down. The Rangers' power play is clicking at an all-time high right now. It's incredibly efficient, and they got some players that will pick you apart if you give them the opportunity. And so far, the Rangers have done that, and it's been the difference in this series.
Yeah, power play is a big weapon, especially in the overtime at that particular period, especially, when people are playing well. The ref thing that you mentioned there about it going your way and going the other way, we've actually heard mic'd up refs in hockey. I actually appreciate the way NHL and hockey is officiated. Like, you guys view them as humans and having human emotion, and how, we are going to call one early on this particular team, maybe if they're acting a little bit ridiculous, because it's like flow of the game, and it's kind of understood, right, in hockey that's how the refs are. And has it been like that forever? Is that just kind of how it's always been with the refs?
Yeah, and every referee is different. They're different people, and they're going to see the game differently. And you got to adjust. You got to be able to adjust to every referee that plays. And I always like the referee or one or two referees that continued on throughout the series there, because you could kind of get a feel of how they were going to call the game. And you could also, they understood that the game within the game that was happening, like a guy like Rempe and getting into someone's kitchen or getting into the crease, or Svechnikov hitting and taking out Shesterkin last night. So they get to know the nuances that are happening in the series, and they can adjust to it themselves. And I agree with you. I think that the referees do such an amazing job, because they really know the game, and more importantly, they know the game within the game, which you guys all know about being in sports. There's a lot of things that are happening away from the puck. There's a finite amount of ice, a room on the ice, and every player's got to go to a certain area on the ice in order to score a goal. And it's my job to not let you get into that area on the ice. And so it becomes a test of wills, and who wants to get to that space more, and who's willing to stay there and take the punishment to stay there. So there's a lot going on all inside the context of a hockey game, not just what you actually see the players going up and down the ice. There's internal battles going on, and that's what makes playoff hockey, in my opinion, so incredibly special, is that because it's not for the faint of heart. You got to be willing to pay the price to get in those hard areas. You got to be willing to embrace the pain, as we've been hearing so much about this playoff season. So it's fascinating, the matchups, Carolina going home now, making the adjustments. This is strategic warfare. This is physical warfare. This is like I say, not for the faint of heart. It's the teams that are willing to kind of be able to change and pay the price in order to win will eventually get there.
Hell yeah, Moose. The speed, the skill, the intricacies, the strategy, the barns. I mean, it's NHL playoffs are magical. It's growing up in Pittsburgh, I was lucky, especially during the era in which I grew up. It's like, okay, I got to experience playoff hockey, not only from, in the building, but like the city itself. It's like, here we go. In the NHL, hey, ratings through the roof right now, Moose. Last night, 2 overtime games. The NBA had 2 20-point blowouts. Let's go. Let's go, Moose.
The NHL right now, and the amount of talent in the league and the parity in the league, every night you never know who's going to win, which makes it so compelling. The 16 teams that make the playoffs now, you got to have a tremendous 80-game regular season just to make the playoffs. It's not like you can just throw your hat into the ring.
Sounds like you just took a shot at Pittsburgh, Moose. I get it. Oh. Okay? I get it. Yeah. Okay. It's all fun and games, huh? The era's over, Moose. We get it. We're dead. We're dead.
Hey, look, they've had a pretty darn good run. I don't think there's there's not a team in the league that wouldn't take their success in Pittsburgh.
Amen. From your mouth to the Lord's ears. Amen. We appreciate the hell out of you. Hopefully we'll get a chance to chat with you again as the playoffs roll on.
I look forward to coming back on. Thanks for having me, you guys.
You're the man. What's TCU connection?
My daughter.
Oh, okay.
Just got admitted to TCU, so I wanted to wear a hat in support of my daughter. She's very excited.
Hey, congratulations! Yeah. What is it? It's
2 of them, right?
Horn frogs.
Yeah, I think you do this one. I think this is the play. I think you're going to see a lot of this 2-seam fastballs. Horn frogs. That's what we're talking about right here. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. 16-time All-Star, Mark Messier.
Yeah, legend.
Holy shit. 25 years in the NHL.
Asinine.
6 cups. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Four with as second
Edmonton.
center with Waino there. And then Waino leaves, trades to LA. Then he goes, bang, and wins one there. Then he goes to New York, bang, wins one there. It's like, hey, this dude's a real deal.
Guy's a winner.
They call him the captain. That's just what people call him. Like, this is the captain.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you got to carry yourself with some incredible class for everybody just to be like, this is the captain. This
The guy.
and then you hear him talk on ESPN. He still loves the sport.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Great.
like him with the
Looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He's looked like that for the last 30 years, I feel like, that they've done age.
Yeah.
And you got Waino on TNT.
Yep.
Okay, so we got the great one on TNT. Then you got Moose on ESPN. It's like hockey's being represented by hockey. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
and Biz is beloved.
Yep. And
And then PK.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good
it's like,
time. You're right. Great time for hockey. You're right.
here we go.
How you lay it out.
Here we go. And Spittin' Chicklets, obviously, massive at the same damn time because Whitney, you know, he's Photoshop enthusiast.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
What happened?
He knows how to work in AI.
Yeah. Well, almost too good.
Yes, I would agree.
Because they say hockey players rock for brains.
Yeah.
Whitney figured out the AI quickly. Very quickly.
The prompts, what to say.
Yeah.
Yes, clearly he did.
Yeah, but they, the whole entire hockey world right now is up. So, congrats, hockey.
Hell yeah. And
Great sport, hockey.
great sport. We talk about it with like the Jets and Rodgers. Winning in New York, you're like a king in New York forever. I feel like Moose is like the perfect example of that. Bruce could probably, speak more to it, but that was the last time he mentioned it. 30 years, and they haven't won shit since Moose was wearing that C.
Yeah, guys, it's just kind of been a waste of energy.
Yeah.
You Rangers fans. Just a waste of khakis on a good night in Madison Square Garden.
It is big time waste of some nice pleated khakis for those Rangers nights at the Garden. But yeah, no, it's been a crazy drought for both the Knicks and the Rangers. This is the best I've ever seen them, even through those Lundqvist years. And Carmelo Anthony years, neither team has been this electric.
Well, Jalen Brunson's going.
Dude,
Yeah.
awesome.
Just going.
His over-under tonight is 37.5.
People thought that Halliburton was better than him. Can you believe that?
Sit down.
Oh, Bruce.
Disrespect.
He threw a Halliburton.
Bruce is confident.
You would think
Bruce is
not
very
being
confident.
good for so long might humble some people, but not New Yorkers.
No way.
Nope, not a chance.
No way. Not us.
Nope.
They say. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's incredibly humble. So humble that he's still working out as if he's an actual NFL player.
What?
Because he only knows one thing, and that's working his ass off. Is he going to be an actual NFL football player again? There's some smoke coming from that particular story from numerous people now. I do know he owns a soccer team that is not getting relegated in the Premier League, I've heard. Ladies and gentlemen, guy who buried Austin Rivers on the internet yesterday, JJ Watt. Okay, we got Miller Lite. Can we put the Dix thing up, please? Can we put the
What's going on?
we put the Dix thing up there? All right. And JJ, can we put JJ on screen as well? Can we get
Put the ball time trailer.
and
Just get AJ's teeth in there. That's what Dick's wants.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
That's right.
Really nice smile.
look at this.
There it is.
We got Dick's House of Sport. We got Miller Lite down here. We got Bernie up here.
Got some dude wipes right there.
No, but I'm just saying this is. I mean, we are in the middle of the JJ business right now. Can we maybe? Do we have Boomer and what's his face jerseys in a wrap? Can we tip the? Can we tip the
Jerseys do belong in the rafters. Legends. Absolute legends.
Absolutely. All right, we're good. We're good. JJ, thank you for joining us, especially after you murdered a man on the internet last night. The NBA, NFL conversation obviously was very loud. Your tweet was being echoed by basically every network in sports to kind of prove, this is how dumb this conversation even is. The guy that said this, as JJ Watt said, you don't have a job in the leagues, you bum. Why don't you go try this entire thing out? Now, JJ, to his credit, I would like to say this, for that particular one got 4.5 million views. His apology, I'm being 100% honest, I did something I hate when people do to me. I commented on a headline without watching the video. I thought you were saying you could play in the NFL, so I came in hot, want you to prove it. I'll own that and apologize. That's on me. That's awesome.
Wow.
6,000 people saw that.
Oh, that's it.
6,000 people saw that particular apology. So, it's the way it goes. And I appreciate that little string of events there. But that conversation got very heated last night by NFL guys, I think because toughness mentality wasn't really being talked about in the talent situation. Is that right, JJ?
I mean, like the funny thing about my tweet, which obviously I have since apologized for after seeing the complete video, but the funny thing about it was I never said he was wrong. Like, there's a pure logistics conversation here where NBA players are tall as shit. Like the biggest NFL guys are 6'6", which is like a shooting forward or something in the NBA. So you have to have incredible skill to be able to play at that height. Like, I'm not saying
forward. What an asshole.
I don't know. I mean,
he's a hockey guy. Grew up in Wisconsin.
Fair.
So, like, but anybody who says they could play corner, anybody who says an NBA player could play corner is wrong. Cornerback is besides quarterback that has to manage everything. Cornerback is the hardest position to play in the NFL. That is such a difficult task.
Way to go,
I don't
boys.
think anybody's giving them enough credit.
Way to go, D-Bug. Way to go, you guys.
Mitt McMahon.
Tom McMahon.
But I mean, in terms of basketball, like I said, could I go out there and give you 6 fouls and maybe luck into a rebound? Sure. But like, am I going up over Wemby for a board? No, I'm 6'6". He's 7'15". So I'm not catching a board. Could I throw up a shot at some point? Sure. Could I try and play hard effort, good defense? Sure. But like, I don't have the skill set, and I'm sure there are some phenomenal basketball players that are currently playing in the NFL. But I mean, if you're actually subjectively looking at it, his original point might not be wrong.
30's a lot. And it's like, what do they have to accomplish in the NFL? Like we talked earlier, Andy Reid could draw up a play for a 6'10" guy to score a touchdown. Like Andy Reid could figure that out, especially with Travis on the field and Xavier Worthy. And if Rashid Rice makes it to training camp and isn't in jail in Dallas, which we're all hoping he gets the hell out of that city, let's go. You got a great career ahead of you. We can do all this dumb shit later if you want to. And then when you get later, you won't do it. But if you were to have all those guys on the field and then you just got a 7-footer on the other side, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes can figure out how to get you a touchdown. Now, that's a situation. Are you doing training camp? Are you doing practice? Do you have to play in other plays to get to that particular? There's so many little dynamic. And then on the other side of it, we got some 6'1" corners that I assume on defensive side could lock down. Could spot open, they're not going to be in the mix, but there's been a lot of people in basketball that maybe guys are, but there's been a lot of guys in basketball, especially in the NBA, where, hey, you are on that side. You're just standing over there. You might get a shot. Maybe we knock it down. So it's an incredible conversation to have. 30 feels like a lot of NBA guys that could come over to the NFL, though, especially because there isn't that many NBA guys, JJ?
And you got to think about professional athletes, like how much time and effort and energy and dedication you're giving to that sport. So throughout all of college, throughout the entire professional career, you are working on nothing but that. For football players, we've been working on nothing but football throughout all of college, throughout the entire NFL. Same with basketball players. I don't think this argument is properly giving enough credit to either sport and how insanely difficult it is. I always go back to, I was 100% confident I could be a keeper in professional soccer, given enough time. And my wife, literally, I told her, and she goes, "You're an idiot." She's a professional soccer player herself. And she said, "You're an idiot." So we set up a field out in the backyard. We grabbed a ball. We put our cleats on. We went back out there, and I am an idiot. Like, these sports are so much more difficult at the highest level than anybody gives them credit for. And everybody sits on their couch, even us professional athletes about other professional sports, sit on our couch and say stupid shit. Like, I told you guys yesterday, one of my favorite things, and this is part of the reason. I'll tell you the full story why I sent that to you.
Okay, please.
I was in the gym.
Yeah, you were getting after. He had 6 plates. I FaceTimed this asshole. He just got done with a set, and we're not talking about just like, hey, we're doing squats, just keep the mobility. I think he had 5 plates on each side. Was that? That's what that was, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to. It was in the background. I'm like 1, 2, 3. This guy's got 5 plates on each. It was bananas. What you were squatting? What?
So I just finished my workout. I opened my phone. I'm scrolling around. My buddies. I have a group text with my buddies, and I see this text, and they're like, "Look at this guy. He thinks he can play in the NFL." So I just finished squatting. Obviously, pure meathead mentality. You're hyped up. You got the adrenaline flowing.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this guy can't play in the. Who does he think he is? He could play in the NFL. Were you gonna block me? So I fire up the tweet. I'm like, this is a good response. The buddy's like, yeah. He knew what was coming when he said it. And I'm like, all right. So we fire it out. We just fire it out. what I had in my head was my college strength coach. So Ben Herbert, now with the Chargers, one of the best strength coaches in the world. In college, I told him one day during the offseason, I said, I bet with proper 6 months of training, I could start on the offensive line. And he goes, prove it. And I said, well, I mean, how do you want me to prove it? He goes, well, then stop saying stupid shit. He's like, I can't stand when people say stupid shit and don't back it up. So that's what, in my head, what I was thinking when I saw this tweet, because I didn't watch the video for full context. I assumed Austin Rivers said that he could play in the NFL. I just finished squatting, saw the text, sent it out, and then I apologized to a lot less people later.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you owning it, and that's why you are J.J. Watt.
That's right, man.
That's why you're J.J. Watt. That's why you're future president of the United States of America.
Let's hope.
J.J. Watt. I've been drumming that up the last couple of days. I hope you know that.
I got a lot of years to go until apparently I got like 60 more years to go until apparently I can fit that.
All right. J.J., we all are confused about how this is what it is, okay? We all are very confused. What it seems like.
We got to get back to the minimum age. Let's go to like 30, I think it was 36, 35.
36, something.
I just turned 36.
Oh, it's a young guy in there.
Oh, hold the phone.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I think 40, 50, just such an ageist thing for me to say. Yeah, I mean, the world has changed so much. How the hell do they even,
We also don't need JJ squatting and then getting his hands on nuclear codes, being all
True.
fired
Yeah.
up.
Well, we need to keep the gym away from the nuclear.
What do you guys think? Should I? Yeah. Right after.
Good response.
They know who's coming.
Did you see what Putin said? Did you see what Putin said? What'd he say?
He's basically asking for it, man.
Send it.
You're right. Maybe too big of a meathead, but I agree with what you're saying. Let's get a little younger, maybe.
Yeah, and not even all the way. We can go to like Pete Butt. Right in the middle. It doesn't have to go Pete Butt, Mayor Pete.
Is he running?
I don't know if he's right. I mean, what is your problem? I don't know what your problem is.
You're taking this conversation into a completely different realm.
I thought he was running.
Of course. Anyways, the reason why I brought that up is because the way that you answered the question about playing football again, like you covered all your bases every single answer you gave. And it was like, holy shit. That guy is a politician whenever he's speaking, because they asked about maybe you having to play, and if 4 guys get injured, would you, is that what you mean by need you? And you were like, well, obviously I hope nobody gets injured. It's like in the moment, not even like hesitating there, saying, obviously I don't want 4 guys to get hurt ever. But if that was the case, yes, that is what I'm thinking. As soon as I heard that answer, I'm like, this guy. On it. They couldn't even catch him. No. They couldn't even catch him in like, oh, you want 4 guys to be hurt so you can play, huh?
They tried.
Oh, Ring of Honor, J.J. Watt. What an ass. Didn't even do it. Just covered it quickly. But that answer got a lot of smoke coming out. A lot of conversation.
Yeah.
Are you back? Is that what's taking place or what?
Yeah, it's a situation similar to the one we were just talking about, where you got to watch the full video for the context. I was asked about it. I told them the conversation D'Amico and I have had before. And I very clearly in that stated that they have no need or use for me whatsoever right now. They have a phenomenal defense built. They have a phenomenal team built. They're perfectly fine. It literally was last year and this year. If it came down to an absolute dire situation where they needed somebody to help out, I would do that. But that would be I don't think people fully understood how much stuff would have to happen for that scenario to play itself out, and it's so highly unlikely.
What has to happen? What do you mean? How much?
I mean, I'm very comfortable and happy.
That's not the point. That's not the question.
Yeah,
if you're happy or not.
It's, hey, what if, why not? I know. Mm-hmm. We already thought of this. Coming out of that NRG Stadium tunnel. Oh, buddy. You got the Houston Texans. Yeah, brand new uniforms with those cool H's on there.
Yeah.
Houston Texans flag in one hand. United States of America flag in the other. Burnley flag off the helmet.
Like a shark.
Running out with 3 flags. We got that Aaron Rodgers clip of him just with 1 flag. Yeah. You got 3 flags with the Bulls in the back going crazy. We don't want Koa. Huh. Koa doesn't deserve to see that.
He doesn't want his dad to do that.
Koa doesn't deserve to see that. That's what we're thinking about.
No, I mean the thought of it is obviously incredible. And trust me, any athlete that's retired has always thought about what would it be like. Man, that feeling is the best feeling in the world. But I think the thing, and the reason I had 12 and a half sacks my last year. Trust me, there's plenty of times where I'm like, you absolutely could have kept doing it. But the reason that I'm okay with everything and the reason I'm so content with everything is because no matter who you are, no matter how successful you are, no matter how great of an athlete you are, that day is coming no matter what. So I'm at peace and I'm comfortable looking back and knowing that my last year, I had my son, I had 12 and a half sacks, I had a great time, I accomplished a great career, and now the time has come to move on. So the only thing that you would ever come back for now is if the exact right situation happened where you had a chance to do something that you have never done before. And that's the only scenario that would ever bring you out, because you also have to look at the opposite side of that and all the bad shit that can happen and all the things that everything.
Don't
think about that. Only positive.
No. What are you talking about? That's not J.J. Watt. That's not my president.
What's that negativity?
Me neither.
That's not my president.
Yeah, no, it's being retired. That's the beauty of being retired. Is like you don't have to think like a freaking eternal optimist anymore. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go out. Well, what if you suck? You know,
not gonna suck.
You're JJ freaking.
No, I wouldn't. I can tell you that right now.
Well, prove it, bitch. Just like you said, prove it. Then
I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it in North Carolina here in a couple of weeks. I try to get myself to talk crap about this soccer tournament. I'm not even. I'm so
we gave
not
it our
confident
best,
in my
though.
own skills.
Hey, did we not? We gave it our best whenever we did that TST schedule reveal show. We were trying our best to talk shit to each other. Now.
Ocho Cinco is going to make us both look like idiots, I feel like.
How much are you guys playing?
I doubt that.
Are you guys going to play a lot? I was watching. I checked that website. That looks like legit soccer. Like there's no joke. Are you guys going to be playing a lot?
Okay, just some information here that I've been going to bed thinking about.
Sure.
Yep. You know, because my cardio potentially could be called into question in a lot of different situations, you know. It's live subbing. So we're talking, you could take like a minute.
Like jump over the boards?
Yes, like hockey. Yes. Live subbing. So
wow, I didn't even know that.
Huge. That is huge. That changed my entire mindset on this TST happening June 5th through the 8th, I believe, in Cary, North Carolina. ESPN will be broadcasting it. I have a team, Concava SC, about to make its world debut down there, filled with, we got guys.
No.
We got guys. And as of this morning, we have a assistant / also head coach, Coach Gumpy. Way to go, Coach.
Thank you, everybody.
He was given his clipboard this morning and awarded the coaching title for the team.
He looks in shockingly better shape than I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I've only seen him neck up on this show ever. In that video.
Go flex on him, Gump.
No, hey JJ, start with like you did. Say I love Gump, but let's keep up the gimmick here.
Yeah, that's what you have said every single time you've ever said something.
I love Gump in like brackets.
I love.
I mean, but you
I love is what you said.
I love Gump, but I mean, if he's your coach, you're in trouble.
Whoa,
coach! You guys are shooting on a net. You sent me a video yesterday. A ball into the corner of an empty net. From the penalty spot.
Did you see the?
Congratulations!
Did you not see the goalie?
Did you not see the guarded net? There was a whole net inside the net that was playing goalie.
Yeah, okay. So how many edits? How many cuts did that take?
Well, the issue was
how many balls flew straight over the top of that net?
Hey,
10 of those.
It's no gimmicks, no smoke and mirrors over here. This is your co-owner.
Yeah, bingo.
All right, Lando.
Bingo.
From the side.
Hey, at least I know you're locked in. There we go.
Yeah, Lando Norris is a big-time stallion, first person to ever win a G1 race, other than Max Vanderstappen.
That's right.
That happened down there at Miami Grand Prix. But it is TST is going to be awesome. He has a team. I have a team. Ocho's playing for Cincinnati's team. I think Chris Paul maybe either owns the league or the team. And this
Nani.
I mean, you're 7 feet away from the net.
12 yards, asshole.
And you're a professional kicker. You're a professional. You do this for a living.
Penalty shot, brother.
No, I've been retired for like 8 years, bro. 6 years, 7 years. I've been retired a long time.
That won't go away.
Harry Kane, Pat McAfee, you put them on the spot.
Look
go
great,
in, brother.
If I put it on frame, JJ, I do feel like I'm going to have success. And what you said about how many did you put over? Oh yeah, I mean we are still
looking for.
We're still battling through. Full send.
It was windy yesterday too.
Breezy day
from the ground
windy.
too.
I've been
tornadoes. It was a tornado day.
Our coach, like we obviously have a Burnley coach who's coaching our squad. And he texted me the other day and he was like, "All right, so I'm setting up our minutes and our plan here. what position do you want to play and how much are you anticipating playing? I said, buddy, I don't know. Like, as minimal as humanly possible. Like, we have professional soccer players on our team. Put them on the field. Like, my number one goal in this entire tournament is to come out healthy. I don't want ligaments or hamstrings. Like I haven't played this sport ever, and now I'm going to go out there and I'm used to running 6 seconds at a crack. That's what I got for you, 6 seconds at a pop. Now you're going to ask me to run 20 minutes straight and to jump up in the air and try and head a ball. I don't know what's going to happen.
You were talking. Remember, you said, "Who do you think scores more goals?"
Yes, it's making
last week, and now all of a sudden
it's getting a little more real. It's getting a little more real. It's closer because we're training. My wife and I are training. We're putting it together, and I'm starting to see the difference in sports. Just the different muscles you use, the different stuff you're looking for, and the endurance aspect. Man, when you're doing it tired, it's hard.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. That's JJ Watt. Goodbye. Way to go, JJ.
Nice job.
Way to go, JJ. That was a good send to the commercial. That's why they got Boomer the hell out of there.
That's right.
They said, we don't need you anymore. JJ can send this thing to a hard out if we need it.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal thing. It is getting very real.
Don't talk to me about that. I feel like you push. What's your, like...
Well, that's why we're saying it, because... Whatever
we got.
Yeah, that was the same.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's why I'm making sure. I'm making sure that this. If we're going to do this, let's make sure we're doing this.
Exactly.
Carry the torch.
Let's make sure this is how this is going to be forever. Because I feel like companies do potentially change things.
Yep.
So let's make sure we're giving proper blame, like we got.
Right.
These Shins took some big legendary shots.
Oh yeah.
For a month or two.
Diesel ones with bats.
And I think they spent like $1.2 billion a year on college football playoffs or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck did that come from? I didn't know. Who?
I just saw your ratings today. Very, very well. Double-digit ratings for like the 15th month in a row. Increased. Double-digit ratings increased. Touche. Phenomenal job, everybody on board.
Thank you. Hey, team, way to go, team.
Thanks, JJ.
Thank you for acknowledging, JJ.
Really enjoy being a part of it. I forgot how much I've enjoyed this. This is great. It's been a little too long since I've been on this.
Yeah, you've been doing all your business and pilot stuff.
Yeah. President.
Yeah,
President
of the United States of America.
No.
Sketch.
Hey,
he's Boston Bruins fan.
Can't do
Sketch
it.
is a Boston Bruins fan, which we're big fans of.
Can't say what's up, brother? Why not?
No, you certainly
we were
can.
acknowledging the tribal chief.
Yeah, we were acknowledging the tribal chief. You went with Sketch. But nonetheless, we appreciate you acknowledging
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Roman.
And the program's success, which I don't even know if it's real.
He played football.
When everybody else puts out their numbers, we just go, oh, that sounds right.
Yeah, sure.
Up and to the right, of course. 1 in every 3 citizens of the United States of America watch your show, of course. That certainly happened.
I believe it.
And then when they put ours out, it's like, oh, that's really cool. It feels good. And then immediately like, I hate these things.
Wait a minute.
Oh, shit.
I have made fun of these things for years now. Now all of a sudden it's directly about us. We're very appreciative of the people, obviously, that pieced this together, did all the numbers, and this is going to sound absurd and insane. I do not look at basically any of the numbers except for on X. I'll see the stuff on X because it's right there. I have no idea how many people are watching on a daily basis. And then like once a month, I'll look and I'll be like, all right, still got a show. Mm-hmm. We will move on. And then whenever it gets like negotiation time, then it's like, all right, I got to do a full. All right, here we go. I got to enter all our shit, all everybody else's shit, and we keep it moving because I don't think the number of people that are watching should be indicative of what type of show you do. Like, I don't think that should be, you're determined. Ooh, when we talk about this, it does well. It's like, okay, that's a nice little added benefit, but like, also like, let's just do a show, and we might miss sometimes, and I apologize for that. But every once in a while, what you're going to notice is like, we're just talking about shit that we like happening in the sports world.
Yeah.
And I think that means more than necessarily anything else. Because if you're doing forced conversations about shit you don't like, it's like, this fucking show is over. This business is over. If we have forced to talk about shit we don't like it's not going to last long. So I appreciate you bringing it up, and I'm very lucky with the team that we have, but it's weird. It's a weird dynamic.
I mean, we talked about ratings.
If you chase ratings every day, it's not.
People do,
like
though,
you're
bro.
chasing ratings. I know. Then you're just. But that's when you start doing the crazy bullshit that you just start making stuff up because it's not sustainable.
Well, people said that we were.
I was gonna say people say we do a lot of crazy bullshit and just make stuff up too, but
Yeah, so we're having a good time though.
That's just because it's fun, though. That's because we enjoy that.
Yeah, we're not doing it
other
for
reasons.
ratings. Like there's a lot of, for instance, like
Oh, the turtle, though, the racist turtle. That was for ratings.
Yeah, bingo. Racist ass turtle. Did you hear about this, JJ? When you become
No,
president?
I saw something with turtle, but I
tough.
know nothing about it. Someone told me.
You don't want to know.
So
You don't.
when you become
Kill any
president,
turtle you have.
Yep, bingo.
You have
Kill
one.
'em all.
Unless it's sea turtle, and if you have a sea turtle as a pet, I think that's illegal. But if you have any other turtle, I am pretty sure that you have a racist pet, and we don't make the rules. And I just learned of this
What
yesterday.
is it?
Smart people.
Oh shit.
Good.
It looks a little black there. Wait a second.
Hold on.
Oh no, there's white. Okay, I'll take it. It's good.
Shut the other.
What's that there? That's a white. Oh, this motherfucker. Boom. Bang, bang. JJ, there's more, JJ. Wait. Turn it around away. No problem. No.
100%.
I'm heading back this. Look at this.
Oh.
Look at this. Look at this. Now what? No problems.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's on me.
Oh.
How about this one? Look at this. This guy just walked into a full room of I hate this. Hate it.
You're the real one.
Hate it. What about this one? Hate it.
What the hell?
Yep. Get me out of here. I need to get to the right side of this thing. Oh no, this motherfucker's still here.
Tell your friends, bitch.
Who was the one who figured this out? Like, who was sitting in their backyard and was like,
"Look at this."
That guy just.
No, he's hypnotized by how much hate.
He's good.
Oh, okay.
Get them all.
Yeah.
No problems.
Just
a little tiny. Found
I
a
haven't
little
seen that
tiny
one.
corner.
That's a new one.
That's a brand new video.
That's new.
It covers it up. Off you go. Okay. No problems. Don't you do that
no.
again. You almost got
We got to get our guy a Guardian cap. He's gonna concuss himself. CTE.
He's your guy.
Yeah,
He's not my
trying
guy.
to guard the
That's
Rangers.
your guy.
When you come back this year, are you going to wear it in the game?
You let that.
Defending those
Okay,
turtles.
JJ. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
President.
Jeez Louise.
CBS.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Not going to see that Oval Office.
Anyways, thank you to everybody that watches. We do appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the A block was us learning that turtles are racist yesterday, the first hour and the second hour.
Had to do it.
Now, we don't have blocks because we don't get commercial breaks, which is a whole nother animal. You know, we have a sponsor for an hour. Speaking of,
That is a wild concept. That is it's crazy. Every time I'm on here, I always forget that. So it's just the little boxes that you put around that cover it for the whole hour.
yeah, and then also, you know, Dick's House Sport showcases the best from top brands in apparel, footwear, and equipment. JJ Watt is already making himself at home. He's live at Dick's House Sport right now. Good for you, JJ.
I'm not, but I actually did go there the day of my charity softball game because I needed a couple different bats. So I walked right into Dick's, got everything I needed. Cole loved it. He literally wants to move into Dick's House of Sport, and went right back out, played a little softball game.
Literally, wow, that's weird.
You literally did.
JJ was already making.
No, if you watch the commercial, Kay wouldn't let us do it.
Oh,
what's her deal?
She said no. She said we can visit, but we can't live there.
Yeah, is she the?
I mean, do you have a wife? Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
I wasn't
is.
sure who you were talking about. Tell you the truth, JJ. My bad.
AJ, do you smile way more now with your teeth? Have you noticed that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, I've noticed it. You do. Because
you just noticed the teeth, probably. Yeah, but yeah.
No, you smile a lot more. You seem a lot more.
I thought of you when I was getting it done. Yeah, I thought of you when I was getting it done. I had to.
How was it?
It was time. I was great, dude.
How
Here,
was the-
Dr. Patel. He's the best. Does it all in house. Boom. Don't have to send anything away.
Hold
Don't have to
on.
put anything on early.
Hold on. His face was like.
Oh, because they did the whole top, in one shot. So he had to numb up a bunch. My face was swollen for like a day or two up top.
Yeah. What are we talking? Like, was yours painful?
I had so much stuff he had to do before he could put in, rip a tooth out, put an implant in, do some more root canals, all that stuff. So
AJ doesn't feel pain. It hurts.
No, I felt it. They don't knock you out or give you any gas. That's for sure. What? You got to be able to get in there and work. There's no.
I was also hopeful that they did that. They don't. I really wanted them to do that.
Are you shitting me?
Nothing.
What do you mean? There's on your shit.
They numb it with
put the
lidocaine
numbing
or whatever, Novocaine, and then that's
With
it. But they
needle,
can't even
which
put
hurts.
the gas
yeah.
on you.
That shot feels great.
Oh yeah,
Doing
the shot
roof of
goes
your
up
mouth.
through your face. It goes up and the nerves go up through your eyes and stuff when they hit the nerve.
Beauty is
I
pain.
got hit me with man. I got to be honest with you. I've had 70-year-old grandmothers do this, and they've handled it a little bit better than you are. I'm sorry, man. Those women are impressive.
Yeah,
This hurts like a mother.
Boys, the grills look good.
Yeah,
Yes,
well
they do.
worth it. Well worth it.
Yes, they do.
Good looking rigs, boys. You got there, strapped in to the right into the bone there. What's that?
I don't understand how it works. I don't understand it.
Like right now, you go back on. Let's say somebody gets hurt on Friday. Friday, they lose all defensive linemen. Houston Texans. All of them.
Heaven forbid.
Sick.
Everyone.
They get sick.
Heaven forbid.
Okay. He doesn't want that to happen.
But yeah, you're right. Heaven forbid.
Not injury, yeah, just a stomach bug. For
We
the
don't want
weekend.
that. Stomach bug.
For the weekend.
Stomach bug.
Yeah, they go. Tummy's upset.
Some bad food.
They had some tummy problem. They're playing tummy sticks.
Sure.
Boys got tummy problems. Just in the
Hey,
entire.
Hey.
They're in the D-line room of the Houston Texans. So that happens. So then all of a sudden, the whole room is out. Okay, that's a Friday. We don't have time to have workouts. Workouts. We don't have time at playoffs. We don't have time for workouts. Biggest game of the year is coming up on Sunday. That would be a time where you would potentially go and join the Houston Texans. Now, would your teeth survive?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know how these work, but yeah, because I thought like you couldn't eat certain stuff, you couldn't do. No, it's 100% everything. I don't know how it works.
That would be how you would play, though, right there. What I just laid out.
I don't know. I mean, I said how it'd have to be. It'd have to be a crazy situation,
which is
looking like it's heading towards a very good situation.
Playoffs.
I mean, it ain't happening. Like
we got E. coli.
That'd be sick. Run like a 1-6 defense.
Yeah.
JJ on the fucking front line.
You picked the wrong guy.
Yeah.
He's snipping the.
Maybe we're that good.
Need you for 10 plays.
Yeah, the whole warm up is 20% luck, 15% skill.
I mean, that's the other part of it. Like, you don't want it to be that. Like that's the thing that you don't want it to be. Like, and that's the majority of the reason that I would assume it's not going to happen is because it's that. Their team is built very well. They got a great crew. D'Amico's doing a great thing. Everything's great down there. You don't want to come in and disrupt any of that.
Well, you might be disrupting if you're coming out of this thing.
Wow.
Look at you. 2 flags, flag on your helmet.
Look like Big Ben a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's JJ.
Do I run like that? Do I run like that?
I don't know. You're being a little bit of a negative bitch earlier about what if I suck? Yeah. I don't know how you run. I don't know what the knee drive arm swing's like right now. But this tunnel's calling her name.
Yeah.
This fucking bull right here.
It's like you're coming out of a Ford truck.
Yeah, standing on the top of that forward.
If he feels good at TST, I bet he plays for sure.
You'll laugh at this. Let me find it here.
This is from the group text of the boys that went down to the beach. If one of us make it, we all make it.
I was checking out the form. I was making sure we got the proper drive.
See, what the fuck are you doing that for? That's what I'm saying. You're a retired human being. This is for TST. You said you won't play.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do that.
I got to make sure that when you're at a dead stop and you fire that muscle at the top rate, that sucker's got to be ready to go. I'm not trying to come out here and take an Achilles out.
Sure. I got a month. I need to start doing some more.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was just going to
say. It's going to go. Don't worry.
I need to. No, I'm not worried.
It's going to happen. It'll happen, man. You're all right.
Not just the Achilles. I mean, obviously, Achilles probably going to go down there and carry North Carolina, but I did pull a hammy, remember, just a few weeks back.
Yeah, but that
could be the schedule's we have 2 games in one day. I mean,
we're playing third. That's the third game. If I make it to the Burnley game, I mean, that's like a real feat.
Is it a short field, you said?
65 yards. 65 yards
Oh,
length.
great. That's awesome.
Shifting,
Still pretty long.
You know.
Take the goalies out so we get some goals.
You'll be all right.
How do you not cheat during live?
Because it's a gentleman's game.
Yeah, you'd be
cheat?
honorable.
What do you mean cheat?
For $1 million, bro. What are you fluffing the fucking
Well, like
ball?
he's saying you can go in and out of the game as you please.
You got to be
But
off the field though, right before the next guy goes on. That's how lacrosse is.
How does hockey do
Like a line change.
What do we think?
I mean, there's some, you pop off the boards just as he's coming on, and you catch the pass at the right time.
I think you can do that.
All right. I just want to make sure that I know all the rules so that I can take advantage of them to the
maximum ability of the law.
Yeah, this is your coach.
Who's your coach?
Yeah, what you guys aren't. Yeah, who's it? A language
Gump?
barrier?
Coach Gump.
The group chats are funny because these guys are all obviously coming over from England, so we're setting up the temperate
jet lag.
Got to bring them over early.
Yeah, how many days in advance are you bringing the boys
Stock
over?
up on toothbrushes.
How many lads you bringing?
No, you got to go with the NFL mentality that the later you come over, the better you perform. That's what it is, right?
That's a bad idea. Not in the summer.
Same sport. Yeah, it makes sense.
I have a teeth question before we move on.
Fire away, bud.
Do you guys just hate elephants? And, isn't that illegal?
I think Tonat said something to me in person about this. I said, I don't think they use ivory for teeth, at least not in Ohio they don't.
Yeah, anymore.
I think it's porcelain, right?
Porcelain ivory.
Yeah, mine
I
is.
heard.
Porcelain. So you guys got toilets in your mouth right now? Is that
toilets? Poop mouth.
Yeah.
So it's almost should be a weapon, right? If you're chomping down a toilet, jeez Louise.
You got toilet teeth. Fucking dorks.
There we go. Dorks.
Wow.
Is that funny, JJ?
Yeah.
You like that
Can't
one,
wait,
JJ?
buddy. See you in North Carolina, pal.
Yes, you will. Look out. Watch those knees, brother.
Yeah. You need tickets? I'll get you a ticket.
To what?
I get you a ticket in the stands.
No,
because you're not playing. You're not an athlete.
Connor might end up being a coach by the end of this thing.
Oh, you hear that, JJ?
I've been looking for an assistant, actually.
Yeah, I might be the kit man, perhaps. Who knows?
Have you revealed your uniform yet?
Not yet. They are nice, though. They are really nice.
I thought Fanatics put them out before you wanted to announce them.
No Fanatics deal for this one.
Small letters. Yeah.
Bad designs.
The match.
See through.
Just asking. I don't know.
Just curious.
Rip when you slide tackle.
I mean, we do got some great shorts. So Adidas is the sponsor.
Oh, you're going with like a 3-inch short. I can see like a 3-inch short denim.
We got a guy named Brian Moz. He wears these short shorts when he's working out on Instagram. Moz, he's got these short shorts. I mean, he's got 3/4 of his thigh out.
Wow.
So I'm excited to see the amount of rolls that he puts.
Yeah.
I was a shorts roller, though. Yeah, certainly a shorts roller. And shirt, obviously, tucked in the front, let it hang in the back. So it always looks like I'm being held.
Smart.
Yeah, absolutely. Little gamesmanship. JJ, you can ask Kay and the coach, some of your games you want to play. But I feel like Adidas was the sponsor of the tournament. So at soccer.com, you got a uniform from Adidas for this amount. Mm-hmm. And I looked, we'll pay triple. We got Nike. We got some clean ass.
We got good decision.
Yeah,
good
we got
decision.
some clean Nike unis. I mean, the boys are going to be buzzing. We got training camp coming up here next weekend. So, I'll have a full report on how the squad's doing.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. What position are you planning to play?
Goal scorer.
I think I'm scoring goals, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I'm scoring goals. My touch might not be as sound as it needs to be in the back, because in the back, bad touch, it's over. It's going the other way. So I think you could probably hide me up in the front. But yeah, I'm going to score goals. I think I'm going to score goals. Yeah. I mean, if I keep the ball on frame, JJ, and I've been told now that the frame we're going to be playing.
Catch anybody on the planet. If I keep the ball on frame. Oh, yeah. If I shoot the ball at the net, it's going to.
Not this hard, brother.
JJ, that's the thing. You talked about Kay, sending the ball by you, and I have not seen Kay hit a ball or anything like that. But, boy, it's been like riding a bike hitting this soccer ball again. It has been just and at one point I've been clocked at 124 miles an hour with a soccer ball. Okay, so we're talking about an actual mule here. I spent my days as a child either out on the streets, selling cigs at one point, playing football, doing my thing in the woods, or kicking a soccer ball off the side of my fucking house. That's literally all I did, because I couldn't play video games and I had too much ADD to watch movies and TV. So when everybody else was doing something, I was out kicking balls my whole life. Blew my knees out, which shout out science. Mm-hmm. Shout out science.
Yeah.
We are doing it right now. But yeah, if I'm able to put it on net, I'm in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, no goalie, no keeper. If you actually hit it that hard in
bingo
upper 90, you're not stopping that. That's a fact. That's
only upper 90. I think if we're hitting thirds of net, we're in a good spot. I think we're in a very good spot.
Mm.
Well, I mean, we'll find out training camp here in 2 weeks.
We're going to find out.
Yeah. What position you play? You're playing defense.
I'm honestly trying to figure it out. Like when I say that I truly don't know what to expect in this tournament, like when I was talking to the coach, I was like, I mean, the safest position is obviously probably keeper. Like that's the one that I probably can at least fake it till I make it the most. But then I started talking about the outfield positions, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to play defense because you actually have to run and keep up with guys. Striker is maybe the best because I can just try and jump and hit balls if people cross them. But I told him it's literally the least amount of running possible because that's where I'm going to get people are going to fly past me.
Maybe you play small forward.
Yeah, there's no offsides, brother. You can just sit up there.
Oh yeah, cherry pick.
Oh, you can cherry pick.
Yeah, play left field. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Do that.
We have a guy up top.
Is shooting forward not a position, by the way?
I don't think it's been said.
It's shooting guard and small forward. You're right in between the two.
I assume at some point in basketball they said it though.
Oh yeah.
I assume
Point
you heard from
forward.
someone. I think we got a 6'5" guy who's going to play up top.
Ooh.
So that should be
Pizza Crouch.
That should be
Lexi Lawless.
No, Lexi Lawless is not on our team, although not a bad addition. We actually have to make some cuts to Concava.
Oh no!
What? You guys got cuts like the Olympic
We got to
team?
make cuts. Yeah.
Holy
That's
shit!
gonna be tough.
We sent out too
Gumpy's
many.
gotta do that?
We sent out too many requests.
Yeah, Gumps is making picks like Team USA and Miracle.
There's a chance, yeah.
So training camps for boys.
Thing is now, do I take a seat and I go, you know what, boys, I'm actually going to coach this team.
Oh no,
that's not a bad play.
No, you can't do that. No. You should have a minimum minutes requirement on the, me, you, Ocho, those guys. Like, we should have a minimum minutes requirement.
35 minutes.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. The game isn't even 35 minutes.
In the week,
Is it a real clock or is it a soccer clock? How's it work?
I think it's
Do we
40
know?
minutes. I think it's 20-minute halves. I think they move.
Okay.
I think it's a moving clock.
Running time.
But then
So there's not the extra garbage time that no one knows about?
So the end of the game is the score to win thing.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like NBA All-Star game.
it's after the 40 minutes. You play the 40, and then whoever's up, it's the next goal wins for them, or if the person scores more.
Yeah, so it's like 4-3. We're up. Concava over Burnley. 40 minutes is up. We're now in the target goal time, I think is what they call it. So the game is to 5 now. So we got to score 1 more. They got to score 2, and then the game's over. Always ends on a goal. Always ends.
Smart.
That could take a long time.
If nobody scores in 10 minutes, they take a guy off each team off the pitch.
The goalie's out there.
Coach.
Way to go, Coach. On it. Yeah, already on
Good
it.
job, Coach.
You said get the
He is
goalies?
on it.
Get the goalies out
Take
of
the
there?
goalies. Yeah, we won goals. It's so hard to get the ball. Don't even have a shot on goal. Take the goalies.
It's a 65-yard field. Guys would just be clipping balls from literally.
All right, I want to see 22 to 21 games.
There we go, AJ.
Hey, PK has a sweet jumper. I don't know. Is he on either of your teams? I saw him. He had a silky
Tatum.
smooth jumper here.
Tatum.
Euro. That's it right there, the Euro.
Hockey players.
You guys been out to a fever game yet?
We got
Season hasn't started, you ass hat.
Yeah.
I mean, the preseason has. Pal, pay attention.
Speaking of paying, $33 grand for season tickets we paid.
Mm-hmm.
We're supporting WNBA.
Hell yeah.
Hope you're doing the same. Hope you're doing the same, JJ. Hope you're supporting WNBA.
I love it. I think it's incredible. It's a lot of fun. It's incredible what's going on.
Who's your team? Who's your team?
Charter flights.
Shout out Caitlin.
I mean, down here we have the Mercury. Kay was in Chicago and she's been to a couple Sky games up there. I mean, down here, Mercury.
Sky dominated last night.
Mercury aren't even part of the
Tough
conversation.
injury for
they're out.
Cardozo, though.
Yeah, Cardozo out 4 to 6.
It's nice to see they're getting chartered flights. That's well
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's huge news.
Yeah, that's awesome.
WNBA to begin charter flights this season. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert announced the league's plans to start the charter flight program this season. Now, I'm not saying that there is a class of girls coming into the WNBA that are potentially changing everything, but boy, it feels like there is a class of women's basketball players that are changing literally everything. Remember, this got brought in a conversation when Brittany Griner was walking through a public airport somewhere, and somebody asked her if she liked America a little bit more now after, experiencing what Russia was, and then the harassment, and all of us were like, listen, whatever your feelings are on that entire situation, Brittany Griner should not be just moseying through an airport right now. Everybody's going to know exactly where, that is not a thing. And then you start thinking about a professional league. Yeah, at least get your people to and from. Now WNBA is ponying up, I guess. And I don't know who and how it came to be, but hell, let's go W.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like, how's that happen, you think? Like a sponsor? You think
NBA? Would the NBA, would that be something they would be like, hey, we can help you out with travel?
They help a lot. The NBA helps a lot, the whole league already.
Yeah.
So
How come
it could
they
just be on top of it.
How come it hasn't? I think that's the big question. It's like, did somebody say, you know what? Yeah.
Where'd it come from? It did come very, very quickly, which is great. But yeah, I mean,
I feel
like we just saw that video of Caitlin Clark in the airport the other day, obviously. So that's
where it came from.
I don't know if that expedited things or what it is. But
What, you think some farmer in Iowa was like, this ain't, or maybe Phil Knight was like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
She's not getting accosted everywhere she goes. Let's get them on some private flights.
Well, you got to do it for the whole league then. We can't just do it for one person.
Well, whatever. As long as she's doing it, then that's just
yeah. And it's not like you're walking through the airport as an individual where it's like, oh, is that person playing or not? Like, you're a whole WNBA team walking through the airport. I mean, that is bringing every eyeball to you.
And if that league gets to what we want it to be, it's like there should be, and hopefully, a lot of shit talk going on, and then a ruckus too. So, good move. Shout out to the W.
Awesome.
All right, JJ, we'll see you down in North Carolina, pal. Thank you for bullying Austin Rivers yesterday without knowing the whole story.
I mean, it's on you guys. It's your show. You're the one who put it out there for the world. Didn't give full context.
Look at the quote.
I blame you.
No, it was
It's NBA Central. I believe that's probably what you got. So that's probably, exactly. Thank you. Foxy had a question, though, because Dan Orlovsky said something awesome on the
Yeah, JJ, is your brother TJ any good at basketball? Did he play basketball growing up? We just need to know that.
He's a phenomenal athlete, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that in the NBA argument. I don't know if he's transferring over. I mean, dunks, fouls, rebounds is about it. Yeah, I mean, he can do he can do it through the legs dunk. I mean, we do dunk contests.
Did he play in high school?
Can you do that, what, at 9 feet?
Like that's normal.
No.
You guys lower the rim and do dunk contests at the
somebody like during that whole thing yesterday, somebody tweeted me and said, "Can you even dunk?" And I'm like, that then is insulting because I'm like, don't. Okay, yes, maybe I can't go out there and make 23s in a row, but I can do some shit now. I'm an athlete. Don't get it twisted. I mean, I'm an athlete here. So, I'll be humble here and there, but, that's like when people are like, same thing with the thing about he can't even play anymore. Why would we want his trash? Like, okay, hold on a second now. Okay, top 10 in sacks and TFL is my last year. Let's calm the fuck down. Everybody calm the fuck down.
Hell yeah.
Hey, talk your shit, JJ.
Hell yeah.
Talk your shit. We appreciate you, man. All right. So,
guys.
exactly.
Now I'm going to go hit the squat rack again. All right? See you later.
Yeah, maybe have some Miller Lights.
What?
Watch Burnley.
What?
Take a visit to Dick's.
What?
We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. JJ Watt.
Yeah, JJ.
All right, let's get to a break. I got to go to the bathroom.
I knew TJ could go through the legs if he needed to.
JJ and TJ having dunk contests while Derek's just sitting there going, what the fuck did I do?
Why am I short?
Running his head into a wall.
Oh, yeah. Can you guys do this, though?
Yeah.
Dude, that's JJ. How tall is he?
That's a drop step.
6'6", he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you dunk at 6'6"? Think about being 6'6" and not being able to dunk, though. That is what.
Bigger he is than those kids.
And squatting that much weight, too.
Yeah, those are men.
I know.
They
That's
just-
what I'm saying. He makes
kids.
people look like kids.
I mean, guy in the white cutoff there,
That
right
guy's-
there.
Oh, look at that pocket
good
pass.
Is that T?
Oh,
Is
sweet.
that T? Is this in
Got the
Indianapolis?
same dims.
Same athleticism, too. I mean,
There it is.
T used to be able to spin that thing.
Great
All right,
look.
great shot. Yeah, that was really good.
Great apple.
All right, let's get to a break. So Dan Orlovsky was just, completely out of pocket.
Being an asshole.
Shooting from the hip.
Well,
Out of
He was
pocket
shocked.
Orlovsky.
He should have thrown one in there that was obviously no. He should have said AQ Shipley.
who? Yeah.
I think
He should have just done that
A lot of
instead.
people were saying that he did.
Well,
threw
AQ.
a few in there.
AQ could do it.
Got buckets.
Yeah.
That's
AQ.
yeah,
That's
he
all I
did.
thought
The
about. Was
Whippy Hall of Fame.
AQ is a high school Hall of Fame basketball player. In West. That is a real. Now,
Hutch? How was Hutch? He play basketball?
see, that's the thing. We're thinking the same thing as TJ. He just went through rosters and said, hey, that guy's athletic. This guy's more athletic than you think. That's what Dan Orlovsky.
Like, did Mahomes play bad? Maybe.
DeForest Buckner
Yeah, Mahomes.
I mean, Trent Williams should be on that list if it was just an athleticism thing.
told he'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Where's Debo, too? Is he on her?
No.
I don't think so.
Debo find a way to find himself.
Put McCaffrey on there, though.
That's it. Make it.
Instead of IU.
CMC. Oi. Oi. Let's get to a break. John Lynch was awesome last week.
Incredible. Love John Lynch.
Yeah.
For shoot.
A lot of things happened immediately after John Lynch was on.
Mhm.
You know, big, long weekend. So kind of got lost in the scrum.
Yep.
John Lynch was awesome.
Howie.
Awesome. He talked shit to Coach
Yeah,
Giovanni.
all the GMs were.
What was that all about?
All the ones that came on, at least.
got him.
Yeah, all the GMs were good.
That came on, yeah.
Let's get to a break. We're going to wrap up this show with Pat Kavanagh.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been following.
He plays this sport.
That sport.
Right here.
Is that like a little sawed-off stick? Oh, it's a little shorter.
That's a goal scorer.
Yes.
I need to get that. My kids need that.
Normal.
This is
Is
what
it normal? Okay.
I'm not a long
You're just
pole.
big. You make it look smaller.
Well, I'm not a long pole guy. You know, I'm just fucking crafty with this one.
Obviously, look at that.
You see, that's
Look
great.
at you. Boom. You can throw lefty. Well, you're ambidextrous too. You can lefty, righty, easy.
Yeah.
Right with that thing.
Yeah.
Row a boat.
Yeah, I'm cradling. That's what we do.
Boat,
baby.
Yeah, the row the boat celebration. It's always a good one.
Oh yeah, this one right here.
Uh-huh.
Row the boat. Gently down the stream.
Mm-hmm.
What about? Are we doing fucking?
You can go there
Ooh,
too.
Ian Rappaport. Yeah.
Jimmy Graham in the fucking Arctic.
Yeah.
True.
What's that guy's problem? Let's call him. Let's call Jimmy.
What do you mean? Yeah, call him up again.
Let's call Jimmy Graham. I'm gonna ask him why the fuck he's doing it. I got to pee, so I don't have all day with Jimmy Graham.
Sure.
But I would like to know why the fuck he's
Tell him that. Say, I don't have all day. Call him. Jimmy, I don't have all day. I got to pee. That's perfect. Call him that way. Okay, cool. What's up?
Happy to be here. Thanks for calling me. I am impressed, Jimmy, but I didn't know. The fuck are we doing in the Arctic? You don't need to do that. Titanic tried it.
Yeah. Yeah. If anything, now go try and play in the NBA for us.
Yeah, Jimmy, we need you to go play hoops.
That's what we
We
need.
need you to get back to the court.
Yes.
Hey, at the Derby, the Army paratroopers or whatever came in, and they two guys, we saw them coming down, and they landed right on the finish line. It was awesome to watch. The whole place started chanting USA, and Jimmy's like, "Oh yeah, I jumped with those guys like 8 months ago."
Joining us now
That's
is
what
the
he
man who
does.
jumped with the paratroopers that landed right at the finish line. Perfect aim. Some people have missed an entire stadium with a game ball. Not America's finest, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. We won't be long. I do have to piss, but it just came up, okay? You're doing this Arctic thing? You're doing this art. Why are we doing this? Didn't we learn from the Titanic that we don't need to be fucking around with the Arctic in boats? Or what? How do we sign up for this? How do we get into this, Jimmy?
Yeah. So one of my best friends, he was a Navy SEAL, and for the last 10 years, he's had this goal in his life when he retires to row across an ocean. And I've always said no. And then last year, he got his MBA at Cambridge. And at his graduation, we're at a pub getting kind of banged up. And that's when we decided that we were going to take on a task of rowing across an ocean. And then Hannah and John, during the season, it was actually on Sunday right before the game, I got a DM. And it said, I heard you're trying to sail around the world. Have you ever thought about rowing? And that's how it all started. And now here we sit, the Arctic Challenge 2025.
Man, when you guys drink, you talk about different stuff than when me and my, well, we need people like you and the Navy SEAL who also has an MBA from Cambridge who wants to row across an ocean.
Yeah.
This one going to be the Arctic. Now, I saw we went to the website to kind of inspire others to take on tasks that are seemingly impossible. And there's something else we could do, other than, seemingly death here? Because you ain't got to worry about the ice, which they should have seen, we think, at Titanic. And they said we're going to forge the river or whatever. But also, these killer whales are smart, Jimmy. These fucking whales are smart.
Paint your boat white. Paint your boat white, yeah.
Well, that's for the turtles. I think that's for the turtle attacks that won't happen. But these whales team up to get these damn seals, and they create this massive wave, and then they knock the seal out, and then guess what? That thing is a fucking appetizer for all the whales.
Yeah.
What are you? You're going to be in a boat out there in the middle of that thing?
With a seal.
With a Navy SEAL?
Uh-oh.
What are we doing? Do we have, protective dolphins around us like the SEALs have? What is the setup going to be? Do you know?
A chase boat?
Yeah, bingo. Do you have a...
No. Well, so unfortunately, we're chasing five or more world records. So because of that, we can't have a chase boat. We can't have a follow boat. So once we take off from Tromsø, Norway, through the fjords, we're going to be on our own, chasing these world records. One, we're the first All-American team ever.
USA! 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 Let's go get it. Jimmy. Okay, cool. Dumb, but cool. It sounds like super American, actually. Yeah, I love what we're doing there. Go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Yeah. They'll be the first married couple to do it, Hannah and John. They have a small child. And then I'll be the first minority. And then we're chasing the actual time record, which is, I believe, 15 days, just over 15 days. So we basically row 2 hours on, 2 hours off. And like me, I'll burn between 10 to 12,000 calories a day.
Jesus
and then on my 2 hours off, I'll have to, because I'm lead navigator, lead comms, and lead weather, I'll have to speak to our weather ground crew and make sure we're on the same route and make sure that we're looking at these fronts that are coming through. Because obviously the weather is very treacherous up there. The water's extremely cold. We can only stop. You can barely survive at all if you get in that water and can't get out. So, this is obviously very dangerous. We're taking this obviously very serious. Getting a lot of certifications. We have a coach, Duncan, who has numerous world records, has been across every ocean there is in the world. We have a great team medically that's going to be assisting us via phone and training up until then. And it's going to be the most intense thing I've ever done because, one, I've never rode before. I'm the only one who hasn't rode.
Record.
Lead navigator.
Lead weather, lead comms.
Never done it?
Never done the thing before. Yeah, go across the Arctic, 15 days. 2 hours on, 2 hours off. We'll be okay. We got a phone in the fucking Arctic, of course. Yeah, of course you do. The whole, hey, we're appreciative of who you are. Like, legit.
Hell yeah, Jimmy.
Like,
where do you finish? Where's the finish line?
It's Longyearbyen, which is in the middle of the Arctic Ocean. It's almost like this glacier island. And we will have sat links, so hopefully on the row at some point. I'd love to give you guys a call, give you guys an update as I'm sleep deprived, and pass the phone around and get everybody to say their piece because we're going to be very alone and very worried at multiple times, especially with the big swells up there. So, but the good thing is. This whole entire thing, as we get rowing, we're starting a fundraising campaign for several charities in New Orleans, especially the Covenant House New Orleans, who shelter 650 kids a year, and we're going to try to raise over $1 million for them by doing this. And we're going to be connecting them with the Saints and with Tulane University, trying to get them involved with programs. And really, my purpose of doing this is show them that anything's possible if you put your mind to it. And, from my background, I literally sat in a facility just like that as a young kid. So I understand how difficult it can be. And I just wish that when I was in there that I knew somebody was rowing for me to live a better life up until I'm 18.
That's awesome. Hey, hell yeah, Jimmy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Still think it's wild, but hell yeah. Gonna make the world a better place.
I tell you what.
Go ahead.
I don't know when the married couple, they set that record. I don't know when that will be broken, but that minority record, I think that's going to last for a long
time. Forever. Congratulations. I would have never guessed.
Brother.
Whenever you said you were the first minority, I would have never guessed. It was only white people. I would have never guessed that was the case. But hey, you go do it. Hey, good luck out there, Jimmy. We're proud of you, buddy.
I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, thank you for answering. Where are you headed right now? Are you going to go fight a fire? Or, what are you?
No, I was just at the airport, but I'm going to be flying out across the country tomorrow. So I'm just preparing for that, bringing the bike and everything. But you guys have got to come to the hangar and shoot one of your shows. We'll have you guys set up. I'll take you up in the helicopter. I'll give everybody an aerobatic ride. And
jumping out. You guys will get aerobatic rides. You guys will get these
aerobatic
rides.
No.
Yeah.
No, Pat as well. Mm-hmm. You got to go skydiving with me at Homestead General. So we'll get all that filmed.
Yeah, of course. Well, skydive, you're too heavy, I'm too heavy. I know the weight. I can't do that. That's the thing that happens. Sorry, gravity, son of a bitch. Oh, so good, gravity. Gravity's so good.
Undefeated.
All right. Well, Jimmy, I'm sure none of that will happen other than doing a show at your hangar. We will do that. I'm not signing up for any aerobatic shit, but I can't wait to see everybody else in there. Good for you guys.
Hell yeah.
Good for you guys. You're the best, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Graham. One of the most interesting humans that even exists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lead comms, lead weather.
Lead nav.
Lead nav.
Never rode before.
Well, that's probably why he's lead nav. Because he'll have to do a lot of...
and from flying, I think from flying too, he's used to checking the weather and doing all
sailing
that
around the world.
And while
you're right.
While they're doing the,
and he's probably a great boost. He's such a big son of a bitch. Once they get a little tired, hey Jimmy, get on that side. We need to go full speed. Put 3 other people.
Is it better to put the big fuck in the front or the back?
Ooh.
Yeah, how's that? Ask Ian Rappaport.
I assume back,
I believe, because you don't want the nose of the ship
But if you're going through ice, maybe they go, Jimmy, need you up front so we can fuck in.
Probably gonna be.
It's gonna have to be big though. Like they're gonna have to have a bathroom on there and a little ways.
It's huge.
We have the vessel. We have a picture of the vessel. It is a Roanoke, obviously, RX-45.
Good model.
That's a good 9.6 meters in length and 1.7 meter beam, obviously. And carbon fiber. This thing's light, but it's tough. And there's 2 cabins. You can sleep, bone, poop, sleep, whatever you do, and 3 rowing positions. So there's 4 of them, right?
Yep.
2 on, 2 off. That's why you can just go to one of the cabins. You fall asleep.
Bingo.
They're probably just so
2
mad
hours
with how big Jimmy's going to be, and he's just going to be laying there. Hey, big
Jimmy's
so happy this thing is here.
His dumps.
10 to 12,000 calories.
It's a lot of calories.
He's wild.
15 straight days.
15 days.
One of one.
I mean, they're going to do it in 14.
It'd be tough to be on a cruise ship for 15 days.
Yeah.
It'd be tough. Just go ahead and put anywhere. Right there.
Yeah, great point.
But instead, he's going to be on the Roanoke GX45. And
good rig.
That is a good rig. If I was going to go across the Arctic, I want the Roanoke personally.
Yeah.
So I'm happy they went with that. At least we're on the same page. He said we're going to have some satellite, and we're going to need to talk to somebody. So,
it's going to get real sad out there.
We'll be your pen pal. We'll be your pen pal while you're out there in the fucking Arctic.
Dangerous enough on ground.
How about him saying, obviously the water is really cold? The Arctic. Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, we figured.
The water?
Arctic cold. It's not just cold.
Just think of rowing in the ocean at night too. Especially with weather, that is not.
Okay, so
when is this?
Those storms that happen, do they
Next
not,
summer.
Do they not happen in the Arctic?
Oh, no. He said that.
They
He
do.
said we're very worried about the swells.
That's where the perfect storm was, basically.
No.
Well, I know
Had to row right through
it was off of Gloucester, but it was up into the Arctic.
Thank you.
They need to make this a documentary.
Nailed it.
I assume they're filming it. I mean,
hopefully they get somebody can call us.
Who goes? Oh,
it's cloudy year-round, mean cloud cover, ranging from 60% in winter to over 80% in summer. The temperature of the surface water of the Arctic Ocean fairly constant, approximately minus 1.8, 28 degrees.
It's not bad.
That's it?
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's great.
It's not bad.
What if I negative?
Everybody's doing these cold tubs. I think I seen Rogan in 28.8.
Yeah, every day.
Oh.
So how is it? So there's a whole other science question. How is water average 28.8 degrees? That should be fucking ice.
Salt.
The salt.
Salt breaks it up like it's a driveway?
Doesn't salt make it a lower freeze temperature when you put salt in there?
What is the freeze temperature of salt? That's great. I would like
Great
to know.
question. I only know from making homemade ice cream. Chopper puts salt in it.
Really? That's brilliant. So it makes sense because salt cuts ice, I guess, right? That's why we're all doing it on our driveway and shit.
Yeah. Fresh water is 32. Seawater freezes at 28.4.
Okay.
And they're at 28.8.
Yeah, 0.4 degrees.
Makes sense.
A little bit of wiggle room there.
They're close.
Real
bit.
That's why they're doing this in the summer. That's why they're doing this in the summer.
Yeah, can we get a time? He said you won't last long. How long exactly until you die
In the
that
water? Like 3 minutes before you probably pass out if you don't have one of those life suits on.
Suits, yeah.
So the person who's sleeping in one of the cabins, that flips.
See ya.
Dead.
Now, somebody's got to immediately wakey.
Yeah.
A little drowned, but like just,
You saw Deadliest Catch, didn't you, when someone gets yanked over the edge a couple times?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hook gets
Won't
caught
happen
in
though.
him.
All right, let's get to a break.
Positive vibes.
Yeah, you're right. Positive vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was JJ being all negative about? What if I suck, he said? JJ, that ain't that JJ we know.
That's the one we want to see in Raleigh, though.
Yeah.
It's exactly the one we want to see.
We're starting to see that already, it seems like, by the way he's talking. I don't know what position I'm going to play. I don't even know how to. It's a different sport.
Got to play goal or outfield or. Hey, bud. Outfield.
What was it,
isn't
2
it's
weeks
called.
ago he was saying,
Yes.
who's going to score more goals?
Let's make a bet, me and you.
JJ, I don't know if either of us are getting fucking near that net. There's a lot of professionals playing. Who added a team today? Who's added to a team today? What's the guy's name?
Sebastian Giovinco. Unbelievable for Italy. Finished his career at Toronto FC.
He's not Buffon, but we certainly have
But
respect.
Giovinco, he might be.
A couple years ago, we were betting on Toronto FC every game because of him.
No, it's because Bradley.
Yeah, Michael Bradley.
That too.
Wow, we look like we just know soccer.
Yeah.
That bald.
He used to run like 18 miles a game for the U.S. national team.
Let's go to a break. Pat Kavanagh on the other side of lacrosse. We talk soccer today. We talk football. We talk basketball. We talk hockey.
Rowing.
Oh, greatest thing I saw last night on the other side.
Yep.
We have not covered it yet. It's my favorite. Boy, it's a fucking treat. Okay, that's coming on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life like our friends at Dude Wipes. Take 5. Hey, we're gonna fucking smoke some.
Hell yeah.
Y'all get it out of your system now because I'm going to annihilate your asses. Just saying.
We can't get lapped. That is hey, Pat, deal? Can't get lapped. Boys, nobody can get lapped.
Let's go.
Team on 3, team on me. 1, 2, 3. Team.
Oh, you're all in trouble.
Actual. You think you'll lap one person, 2 people? How many people?
I say at least one.
Laps one person will donate $25,000 to a charity of his choice. If he laps 2 people, it'll be $50,000 to a charity of your choice. And if you don't lap anybody, it's on you to give $10,000.
Deal.
All right, here we go. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good luck. Hey, boys. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Warm up them tires. Let me warm up them tires. Let me warm up them tires. awesome, dude. You know, there's professionals at things. There's professional walkers, believe it or not. They're in the Olympics. They're speed walkers. They walk better than we do, even though every human knows how to walk. There's professional eaters, okay? Every human on earth eats. They're better than you are at eating somehow. Everybody drives. This motherfucker drives. Thank you so much for coming, Tony. Yes, didn't laugh any of us, though. 10 grand to donation, but he definitely smoked us. Hey, that's called getting smoked by smoke.
Oh, Bill! Oh, Bill's gonna blow it! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh! Oh! Oh, no! Oh, no, Bill!
Joining us is a demon. Ladies and gentlemen, O's the Mentalist will be joining us.
All right, O's.
Let's go. What's the pick? I'm not giving away for free. Bill, what time is it right now?
7:57.
Write it as big as you can.
Wow.
Okay.
It's about to get
This
weird.
guy.
From this point on, I never touch this bad boy. We're
Thank
going
God.
to revisit later in the draft.
All right, O's, get in here, you sick son
Get
of a
weird.
bitch.
Almost 2 hours.
Hold it. Oh, don't drop it.
Oh, no! I dropped it.
Okay, AJ, take the cards, look through them, and here's the thing. I want this to be random. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Yeah. What's up?
We do.
My hands are a bit frozen, but yeah.
I want you to take, but hold on.
Uh-oh.
I don't want you to look for your favorite.
Bill's
I want
booking
you
Sean Payton right now.
to
There we go.
lift
Head
up.
boy, Bill.
AJ, slow. Lift. No.
Let one of your guys.
Take off a piece.
Oh,
It could
she
be a lot
fucked
or
my
a little.
shirt. Oh, right here.
And don't look at it. Lift it up.
I'm not.
Put it against your body. That feel right?
Yeah. Feels
AJ,
great.
if you don't feel like this is the right moment for you and you want to change, put it back.
All right, I'm putting it back.
It's up to you. All right, lift off wherever you want.
We're back.
More or less. A piece.
No, that's not okay. Now I'm
you
good.
want. Is that good?
Good.
Okay.
This is a good one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course.
Stay right there, locked and loaded.
Oh, you fucked up my shirt,
That's
bro.
not- And there is a white piece of paper.
Yep.
Is that right? That's all that's in there. Take that out. I want you to see this. Look, AJ, open it up.
No fucking way.
No
and
way.
show us and show AJ what you got. What is that? Show us. 9 turn around and show us where you're at.
You ready?
Yep, turn it around.
No way. Shut up! This guy!
7:57. That's important.
That's been in there since 7:57. Imagine that you somehow know the game of the year next season. Tell us, what are the two teams that you're seeing in this game? Say it.
Packers and 49ers.
Who do you think's going to win that game?
Packers 34, Niners 27.
Tell me on your life. Did I tell you to say anything? Did I
You
say
did it, and I swear to God, if you get this right, I'm gonna rip your fucking head off.
Tell him the game of the year.
Oh my
Read
God.
it to him, please.
Come on, bro.
Read him to him. Packers beat the 49ers 34-27. Remember this screen grab when it happens this season. Open up what's been in there since 7:57.
Come on, dude. There's something wrong with you.
Open it up. It says Brock Bowers, 13th pick Raiders.
Fuck this guy.
on.
No fucking way! There's no way!
This guy's a witch. Bears, Caleb Williams.
100% we knew it.
Commanders, Jaden Daniels.
No, don't you dare.
Patriots, Drake May. Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr. Chargers, Joe Walt. Giants, Malik Neighbors. Titans, J.C. Latham. Michael Penix Jr. Roma Dunze. Vikings from
Traded
Jets.
with the Jets.
What? J.J. McCarthy, Jets from Vikings. Olu Fashanu, Broncos, Bo. Knicks, and then the 13th pick.
Oh my God!
Bowers to the Raiders.
I'm so happy I'm not.
Beautiful.
Taped on his chest since 7:57. Right now it is 9:50. You're a demon.
Man.
O's.
That's fucking unbelievable.
Hey. Why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this playoff Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. This educational program begins now.
Sports!
That's AJ Hawk, and obviously we're normally...
God bless.
Wrong pipe.
Yep.
Wrong pipe.
Here we go. All right.
Do you want to go all the way?
Yeah, can we start that back? All right.
Here we go. Yeah.
Boy,
Pollen counts on today.
I don't know what
Yeah.
felt like there was something stabbing me right here.
We're taking all those shots.
Riverside.
Why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this playoff Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. This educational program starts now. Sports! Or normally what we talk about, but over the past couple of days, we were just chit-chatting about it. That's AJ Hawk. The Talks Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. 12-year NFL vet in Universal Records label signed rapper Pac-Man Jones is here. And 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler here is here. And D-But, you mentioned something during the break. We are an educational program. How come nobody ever talks about that? We're learning a lot of shit around here.
I was telling Tony, we walked off. I'm like, man, I learned a lot of shit on this stage. Last time we covered football, hockey, all the sports. Obviously, we learned about animals yesterday.
Yeah, of course.
We dabble into politics, maybe learn here and there.
Coming up,
don't you worry. Hypothermia, when is the freaking water, like salt, like all this shit.
How about Canada?
Making homemade ice cream, Canada,
yeah.
provinces.
Holy shit! What a show.
Yeah.
How about this is only going to get better?
History.
History?
We do a lot of history. Feels like some generations missed history completely.
Yeah, go to class.
Don't love that. Don't love that
They
at
didn't
all.
study anatomy either.
Well, if you don't know your history, you're guaranteed to make the same mistakes again.
Bound to repeat itself.
You know what I
There
learned
it
this
is.
week?
Huh.
A lot of people learned this week. If you don't eat, you get hungry. You get really hungry.
Tony, come on, man. And if you don't drink water,
Get very thirsty.
Okay.
And die.
and if you seize a building, you will get locked in it, I think is what Tony's also alluding
Oh, okay. You were back in the okay. Yeah, which is a learning. Once again, education. Highest level at those places.
Oh, yeah.
That's the highest level. That's what the smartest people on earth are striving to be.
to. Way up there.
The most connected people of all time, their kids striving to get in there. And then we're listening to them talk like, oh, the future's fucked if these are the ones that are running everything. But nonetheless, we are joined by a man who is going to captivate the world in the future by his goddamn great lacrosse abilities.
Hell yeah.
This guy's a national champion. He's part of a family of lacrossers. And ladies and gentlemen, he was the 6th overall pick last night in the PLL draft. Future Boston Cannon.
Hell yeah.
Current Fighting Irishman. Ladies and gentlemen, Patty Kavanagh. How we doing? We cradling, boys? We cradling out here. How are the Notre Dame boys? I know we won the ACC. We got the big March Madness for lacrosse starts on Sunday. We got the winner of Albany and Sacred Heart. How the boys feel right now, Cavi? We buzzing out there or what, pal?
They're good, yeah. I'd say that accent is more of a hockey accent than a lacrosse accent.
Well, funny thing about that, lacrosse is actually Canada's fucking sport, Pat. So, yeah, all right. Okay, sorry. I got to teach you about your sport. This is an educational program. But are the boys buzzing there in Notre Dame, or what do we got buzzing, man?
Yeah, we had selection Sunday a couple days ago, fresh off an ACC championship victory. So we're feeling good. And then we got our first round matchup at home on Sunday, so excited for that.
Go ahead, AJ.
Do you guys? Does it even matter your opponent, or is it just about you guys and what you do on that field?
I mean, there's a lot of scouting that goes into each week, but our team is really focused on ourselves, and we feel we got the deepest roster in the country. So if we just come out and execute our game plan every week, we're going to have success. So yeah, we're just focused on ourselves a lot.
You're the national champs last year, coming in with a big old bullseye. And after you guys won the national championship, I understand there were some injuries that had to get taken advantage of. But then you guys went on a booze binge for like 6 months?
Yeah.
Seemingly like 6 months. If I do recall it accurately.
Europe.
We sent beers to the boys in Europe, I think, a couple of different. I mean, we felt like we were enjoying a victory lap for the Notre Dame. Are you guys better this year than you were last year? And how is that possible?
Yeah, I'd say we're deeper for sure at a lot of different positions. Guys are more experienced. We had never won a national championship before, so I think having that experience, making that run in May, and getting that feeling of winning is definitely helping our team out. Have a lot more success this year, and we picked up some good transfers in the transfer portal. Devin McLean from Brown, BJ Burleigh from Maryland, Jake Bonomi from Michigan, Danny Parker from UVA. So, yeah, we got a great team, and I'm excited for this run in May.
Is there NIL stuff going on with that transfer portal, or is it just wanting to go play for their team that wants you that's best? Is it like a re-recruiting, or is there NIL shit in there as well?
It's starting to gain more traction in the lacrosse world. I know a lot of different programs are getting into it. Not as much at Notre Dame, and obviously not as big of a deal as football. Obviously, they got millions of dollars to play with, and they generate the most revenue. So lacrosse isn't there yet, but I feel like it could get there eventually.
Yeah, it's sport of the future. I mean, it is the sport of the future, always has been. Connor's got a question for you, Pat.
Yeah, Pat, you haven't mentioned superstar Jordan Faison. He was playing for the Notre Dame football team, also playing for the lacrosse team. Another question I would have for you, Pat, do you believe that lacrosse players could play in the NFL or the NBA?
I mean, definitely not the NBA. Those guys are freaks. There's been some college or some lacrosse players who have had success playing basketball. This guy, Pat Spencer, who made the Warriors roster, he played lacrosse at Loyola for 4 years, won the Tewaaraton Award, which is the Heisman of college lacrosse, and then did his 5th year at Northwestern for basketball, and then went to Europe, played pro there, and then made the G League team, the Warriors, and then signed an NBA contract. So I definitely think it's possible. Lacrosse players are definitely some of the best athletes in the world, in my opinion. And then I don't know if you guys watch March Madness. NC State's point guard, Mike O'Connell, I actually played lacrosse with him in high school, went to the same high school as him. He was committed to Maryland for lacrosse. His brother Tommy was the starting point guard for his basketball team as well. So there's definitely a lot of crossover. And Cam Spencer as well, Pat Spencer's brother, who just won the championship with UConn. He was committed to Loyola for lacrosse. He was going to follow in his brother Pat's footsteps, play lacrosse at Loyola, and then ended up playing basketball in college. So there's definitely great athletes in the sport of lacrosse, and yeah, I'd say they're up there with any other sport.
I did not expect lacrosse to be anywhere near good at basketball.
Oh yeah, they got dogs.
Not even a thought in this brain here, because Chris Hogan obviously was the big story. You know, like, oh, this guy didn't even play as a lacrosse player. Every single time he did anything, and you start thinking about the sport. There's a lot of movement, a lot of physicality as well. So I think mentally tough and a lot of cardio. Right, conditioning is absurd for you guys. It feels like. Is that accurate?
Yeah. I mean, depending on your position, midfielders can be running like 7 to 8, 9 miles a game. Not really sure what the data is there, but it feels like you're running the whole game. So, yeah, you got to be in really good shape and really athletic. I mean, translates to a lot of other sports. You got a strong core, lower body. Yeah.
Tell us about the football player on your team. Is he still a stud? I remember he had a hat trick first game or whatever. He's bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. Is that still the case?
Yeah, he's a freshman, so he had a lacrosse scholarship out of high school to play lacrosse here. He's from Florida, was an option quarterback in high school, and then committed to lacrosse here. Walked on the football team as a wide receiver, and just killed it in training camp. Got a look because a bunch of wide receivers got hurt, and then scored a touchdown against Louisville, got a full scholarship for football. So he's been balancing both. He's an incredible athlete. He's on our first-line midfield. One of the best freshmen in college lacrosse. He's having a great year. He's got like 20 goals, close to 30 points, I think. Not really sure his stats, but he plays the whole game for us every game. And we also have Tyler Buckner, the former Notre Dame and Alabama quarterback. Yeah. He transferred back to Notre Dame in January. He actually played in the Rose Bowl on January 8th. And then we had our first preseason practice for lacrosse here, January 9th. So he was at our first practice the next day after unfortunately losing in the Rose Bowl, but it was pretty cool just seeing showing up to the locker room. We got an Alabama Notre Dame football player chilling in our locker room with us, so that was cool. And he's actually starting to get a lot more time now. He's playing defensive midfield. He's a freak athlete. The kid's an insane athlete, and he just keeps getting better at lacrosse. So, and he was actually committed to Michigan in the 8th grade or 7th grade for lacrosse, and then ultimately chose to play football. So there's definitely some freak athletes in the sport of lacrosse, and I'm just excited to watch play in the PLL this summer, and then just for the continued growth of the sport as a whole. It'll be in the Olympics in 2028, so it's incredible how fast it's growing.
Let's make sure we get some Kavanagh boys in that Olympics, okay, for the United States of America. Talking about the PLL, go ahead, D-Boy.
Yeah, it seems like they'll definitely be in there. Obviously, you're leaving Notre Dame and going to play with your big brother now up in Boston. Did you see that coming? Did you expect to go 6 to the Boston Cannons? And what's the vibes going into that?
I mean, me and my family and Matt, we've kind of been manifesting that for the past year. Like, I knew it was my last year. I was going to get drafted this year. So we've been talking about it for a while, but they had the 6th pick, and I was kind of, I guess, projected to go in the first few. So I didn't really think it was going to happen after the season the Cannons had and the success they had. But I guess just how the draft shook out, a bunch of teams needed players at different positions, and I just fell right into the Cannons' lap at 6, and I couldn't be more excited. I was so happy.
Nah, Rabel set it up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good man.
Definitely.
Good
I mean,
man.
not even a dot.
No
not
doubt.
even a dot.
Everyone knows
that was
Cannons.
a work.
The Cannons, I mean, they're the draw of the PLO. What do you want?
The Kavanagh Cannons.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we even?
Boom. I mean, you can get a jersey with Matt's number on the front, Pat's on the back, and still just have Kavanagh.
And you're telling us they didn't tell you that
cool.
before the draft? They didn't say, hey, yeah, obviously you're going to play with your fucking brother. They didn't say that to you beforehand? You were surprised like the rest of us?
Yeah, no, I had no idea where I was going to get picked. There were some rumors going around that certain guys were going to get picked in certain spots, but I legit had no clue. I found out when everyone else did live on the ESPN stream. So
I mean, he almost pulled the Laramie Tunsil to get his name to drop a couple.
Oh, yeah, you're going to gas mask yourself there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have the...
yeah, sure. I was on FaceTime with my brothers a couple hours before the draft, and we were thinking about pulling the Laramie so I could fall sick. But it ended up working out.
A couple times you've dipped your head there. You have a Rangers cop on. I don't know if you know this. We had Moose on earlier. Did you see that, Pat? We had Mark Messier on earlier. He crushed.
Yeah, he's a legend. I'm a diehard New York Rangers fan. This is my dad's hat from when they won in 1994. So my dad's from Queens, grew up a huge Ranger fan, raised us all to be diehard Ranger fans. And actually last year, me and my brother Chris drove back to South Bend. It was like a 12-hour drive. And we listened to Mark Messier's entire audiobook on the way there, his memoir. So I was just like, I couldn't believe that I was coming on the show 2 guests after Mark Messier and J.J. Watt and Jimmy Graham. Not bad either in between.
Well, Jimmy Graham's
Mark Messier is like one of my heroes. The guy is such a legend. And I'm a huge hockey fan, and I kind of bring that hockey style to my game in lacrosse, which is why a lot of people, like, I don't know, they think I'm a scumbag out there. I just play like I'm a hockey player. And I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's incredible.
Did you play hockey growing up?
Yeah, not at a high level. I played with actually my goalie, who you shouted out, Liam Entenmann, who was MVP at championship weekend last year. Me and him were on the same travel hockey team from the age of 5 till we were about 12 or 13. So to be on his team now and be his roommate is incredible. Yeah.
Is he still standing on his head? Is that guy still standing on his head?
Yeah, he's having an insane year. He's one of the reasons why we're the number 1 ranked team in the country.
We're number 1? I didn't know that. Holy shit. Let's get the helmet back up.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know we were number 1. I thought there was no chance. Thought the Ivy League, you know,
I
they're
was going to
busy.
ask where the helmet went. I saw that.
Ran out of space. I mean,
we're working on that after.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to clear this whole fucker thing out. The issue is I can't be here, like, when it gets cleared out. I'd be okay if all these things were never in my life again. Not all of them. You know, there's some stuff here that I really like. But me doing it myself, I can't look at it. I'm like, oh, I feel like a bad guy if I'm getting rid of that. So what's going to happen, I believe, in a couple different locations that I'm at, the boys are just going to go swipe some shit. Now, this got to stay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
This got to stay.
Jesus
Christ has been dance all over the place. This got to stay. But there's a lot of other shit. And then this, I mean, this is the history of the show right here. Bro.
Yeah, this
is the history of the show right here. This is every day, literally, that we've ever had. Isn't that fucking crazy?
It's the encyclopedia.
I wonder what the first... Too heavy. I'm not gonna be able to move it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're trying to find some space for the fucking rig here. We're number 1 team in the country. I didn't know we're
gonna need it.
To be honest, I didn't know that. You know, and I did feel like I was part of the team for a day and a half. Remember when we did the team meeting?
Of course.
I was in there, talking shop with you guys, cradling a little bit. It was a blast to see the boys.
Yeah.
I mean, just like hockey and basketball, we know lacrosse season starts this
right
week.
now.
Yeah.
Right
Right
on
now.
Sunday.
Bingo.
Congratulations, Albany, or fucking Sacred Heart.
Good year.
You got to play in to play us. Okay, you're done. Boom.
There it is.
It's a sick helmet.
Yeah, let's see.
Parking
Back.
spot.
That is a sick helmet.
Yeah.
What about this?
Cradle that shit.
Cradle that. Fuck.
Hell
Let
yeah.
it rip, brother.
Yeah, fucking rip it.
You see, I've been working on it, Cavi. I've been fucking working. Look at this
Get a ball. You got a ball?
Offhand.
Yeah, we need to get you a ball.
We have a hockey ball somewhere.
Fire one. How you going to fire a shot? What's it look like?
Fire that fucking ball. Oh, hold on.
We don't have any balls.
Use a baseball?
I ain't got any fucking balls up here.
AJ, I know your sons play lacrosse.
Oh, yeah.
How
What
do
should they do? All 4 of my kids play lacrosse. Now, my daughter does. She wants to put the pads on and hit. They should let the girls play like the guys, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The women's sport's completely different, but the guys' sport's incredibly physical. But that's cool that your sons play. I'd love to potentially give them some lessons someday. Teach them.
How much would that cost? Hey, hold on. We're not doing shit for free.
Oh, no. We'll pay you double than what you would charge anyone else. Yeah, they would love it.
The Kavanagh boys do camps, right? Isn't that's a part of the hustle, right, of lacrosse? That's a real thing. That's legit. That's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, my family last name has become a pretty big name in the sport of lacrosse. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna try and.
Will you go to Plum High School?
Yeah.
How come you haven't been to Plum High School yet to teach our high school lacrosse team? We got some fucking dogs. out
Yeah,
there.
a lot of
How do I just go on a website? I say, hey, I want you fucks to come teach our team to be better.
Cameo or what?
How
Where do
does
you
this
go?
work?
I don't know. We're gonna try and me and my brothers, anyone else who wants to join. Hopefully, a few kids on my ND team and some other PLL guys travel across the country this year and run some camps and clinics.
When's this happening?
Don't you have like a Kavanagh Sports Group account? Like, isn't there something you guys have?
Yeah, we got an Instagram account where we got some camps cooking in the works.
There you go.
Final details haven't been finalized yet, but
Final details, we don't have a fucking clue what they are. But we will sit down one day and piece this whole thing together. If you would like the Kavanagh boys to come to town, we certainly would like to do that somehow, some way. We would like to hire the Kavanagh boys to go to Plum High School.
There you go.
We would like to hire, whenever you guys figure out how to do a fucking camp, which I don't know how easy that's going to be. Okay, a lot of logistics. But when you guys figure that out, let us know.
Gotta do it.
Got to do it.
It's gonna be like the Manning
Train
family
the esports
football.
team while you're there.
Yeah, the Manning Passing Academy happens. I mean, that's a good business. I mean, that's good business if you can get into that. And also giving it back to the game, obviously, which is good.
yeah, exactly. All for the kids.
Fucking let
Got
that
a bar
rip.
down.
Got a
Get
bar
the
down.
bar down.
Nice
Get
job.
going. Get going. Oh.
The fuck, Pat?
Had to fill it out.
That's good touch pass.
Do we not have a?
There's got to be. There's a
Maybe-
hockey ball.
Maybe
in
go
the
near
net. I
side.
can
Go
see
near
it.
side here.
No, that ain't good.
Fucking launch that thing.
Get going. Get in. Oh,
Sorry,
get
Steve.
No.
Get in. Here we go. This one's it.
That mirror's a tough mirror.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No chance.
Oh, would you
You're
say
gonna,
no
you're gonna
chance?
make that.
You're the
You're
one.
gonna make that.
You're in the same angle as me.
You could throw probably one of those footballs like you're kicking one.
Patty Kavanagh. Good news. This one goes in. You guys are going back to back.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
And if it doesn't, that doesn't mean anything.
Oh, yeah.
Natty.
Oh, my.
Finding it a bit. Finding it a bit.
Yeah, hold on.
Alabama football on the green.
You should get an intramural league or something.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch in Indiana right now.
You're starting to find
Where the
it
hell
a
is
bit.
Mitt?
Wow.
I see a hockey ball in the goddamn net.
Yeah. Damn it, Mitt. Get up there.
Ooh. Nice little short little stroke.
Wow, it's almost. It's hurting the wrist. I don't know how you guys do that. You guys doing it? We're done with this stick. It hurt. I got fucking TST in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I gotta be careful.
Yeah, I can't be getting injured in this entire thing. Ty has a question for you as we look at Sunday's big matchup as we try to make a run at this national championship again.
Yeah, Pat, when we talked to you last year, I don't remember exactly what it was. If it was like your quad, your hamstring, your I don't remember what it was, but it was pretty fucking gnarly, the injury you had. I remember you showed us your leg. It was all black and blue, looked disgusting. Your brother had that big fucking shiner on his eye. Oh, yeah. And then we see the highlights. I mean, you're just getting fucking whacked out there constantly, nonstop. How's the bod feeling going into the most important time of the season?
It's actually feeling pretty good. This is the healthiest season I think I've had in 4.5 years of playing college lacrosse. And our team is incredibly deep, and we had success in the ACC tournament this weekend, and we were able to play a lot of guys. We beat up on Virginia and Duke, and we played our reserve attackmen for a large part of the fourth quarter of both games. So, our success and our depth has allowed me to be relatively healthy the entire season. So, yeah, feeling pretty good.
That's great news. And also, you became the all-time leading point scorer for Notre Dame in the history. Oh, yeah. That's Kavanagh lacrosse, baby. That's Kavanagh lacrosse. That's why you need to get camp. You want to be the all-time leading scorer at a prestigious institution like Notre Dame? Go to the Kavanagh camp. Now, do they have that set up yet? No, figuring it out.
Soon.
Figuring it out. Okay, COVID happened. Camps weren't necessarily the easiest.
Right.
Okay, let's make sure we're as understanding as possible. Congrats on the. Hey, here we go.
Boom.
Here we go.
Good camp.
This is good camp.
Hell yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Also, older brother Matty can get involved, the whole squad. Tone's got a question for you about, hey, there's some real lacrosse news here. Tone, please.
Yeah, Patty baby. Everyone knows only one lost this year, and it was in overtime to Georgetown. And I'm looking at the bracket.
Oh, no.
There's a potential second-round matchup with the Hoyas. You guys just chomping it. Now, let's not look past the first-round matchup,
Never
obviously.
Albany or Sacred Heart, they got great fucking twine, dude.
Are you guys chomping at the bit for some revenge in round 2, potentially?
I mean, haven't really thought about that much.
I have.
Smart.
Yeah, you should think about it. You're a fan.
Yeah,
he's locked in right now to today.
Well, I didn't want to put bulletin board out there or anything like that. But as an ND, my family comes from ND, big ND lacrosse supporter. I've been thinking about it since that day.
That fateful
fucking
night.
bullshit loss.
Tough.
Yeah.
They got a good team, huh? Georgetown's got a good squad.
Not bad. Not bad. They're the 8th seed, so one plays 8 eventually.
Yeah, they're a great team. We lost to them in February. I think we're a completely different team at this point in the year. So, I mean, if we do get to play them, that'd be cool. But we're looking forward to Sunday, and we got to win that game.
Yeah,
first,
of course.
Hell yeah.
Very good. Yeah. That's why you want him at Kavanagh camp.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you want him.
Yeah, they don't just teach lacrosse.
They teach media.
Life.
Boom.
They teach life, media, proper answers, everything like that. So I think last year when he came on the first time, caused quite a stir whenever you said the Ivy League's a bunch of Muppets.
Yeah.
And that what he said.
Verbatim.
I think that's what, right? I don't know if that was the exact phrase, but it was something in the...
Frauds.
Yeah, frogs? Frauds. Okay. Yeah, something in that. You said it. A lot of the team names you're saying out here, obviously I haven't heard a lot of Ivy League schools except for the transfer from Brown that you guys got on your team. Which Ivy League school is the school this year, and are they able to play with everything going on?
Yeah, they all play this year. We played one Ivy League team this year, Cornell. It's the first time I've ever played an Ivy League team in my career, and they're an incredible team. They're honestly one of the tougher games we had all year. They took us down to the wire, and we beat them by 1 with 5 seconds left. And but they had a tough end of the season, and only one Ivy League ended up making the tournament. So, but they're a great conference, and they got a bunch of great players.
Only one of them made the tournament, but yeah, it's a great conference. ACC, good, we know that. Ivy League's got a team. Big Ten, Michigan's got a team this year.
Yeah, Michigan just won the Big Ten tournament, so they're in the NCAA tournament. They had to win the Big Ten tournament to make the NCAA tournament. It was the same situation last year, and they ran the table and did it 2 years in a row. So, yeah, they're on fire right now.
SEC as well. Who else?
There's actually no SEC schools for lacrosse.
West Point's got a squad this year.
West Point, okay, military academy.
Obviously, Johnny Hopkins is always in the squad.
Denver.
What are they? The Pac-12, Pac-10.
What is Denver?
What are the?
They're in the Big East.
There
makes sense.
Big East lacrosse is good.
Big East still exists. Who? How many teams are in? How many from the Big East?
Denver and Georgetown made it from the
You just
Big
got to
East.
zoom out a little bit, and if you scroll over to the Pacific a little bit, it is east of something.
It was like the new conferences, okay? That they have in college
Denver
football
is
now.
east of California. Like it is big east of California. I understand. Yeah, it's coming together. All right. Well, good luck in the tourney. We appreciate you joining us. Good luck with the Boston Kavanagh Cannons.
Hell yeah.
That should be fun.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on. It was a blast.
Didn't seem
same day as Mark
It
Messier.
didn't sound like he was.
Sound like he had a bad
same
time.
day as Mark Messier.
He's focused on the tournament.
Yeah. What do we got the rest of the day? Are we doing school or we don't do that anymore? What happens?
No, I just finished up school yesterday, so I'm all done.
Congratulations. Congrats, Grad. Did you graduate?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
No, we got graduation next week. It's on Notre Dame's campus, but hopefully we win the first round game Sunday, and then we'll be on the road for the quarterfinals. So hopefully just graduating with our 5th year and senior class on the road.
Okay, we hope. We're pulling for you. So today you go cold tub, you go cold tub, hot tub, or lifting, or twining?
Not today. We had practice this morning, and then got some treatment on the lower body after, and then just been watching the show and
tonight.
hanging out.
Yeah, the boys. We have a little chemistry building cookout this evening with the boys, with the lads.
We'll probably watch the Albany Sacred Heart playing game to see who we're playing tonight, and then Yeah, no cold ones for a while.
Couple pops.
No cold ones.
Not until
Have
after
a
the
couple
tournament
pops,
time.
brother.
No, he said no
Enjoy the
cold.
game,
Wait,
brother.
don't go away from what got you there.
Yeah, you're
Bingo.
right.
Keep the main thing the main thing.
Well, I don't know what you guys do last year. Like, for instance, Dan Hurley, head coach of UConn in the Big East, he wore his Dragon underwear throughout the entire March Madness because the Dragons won the national championship last year for him. He did the same thing. Are you guys trying to repeat all the same shit you did last year?
I mean, yeah, we've kept it pretty siller. I think our culture is in a great spot.
Guys
So
have no idea.
No.
Too locked in. Pops. Too locked in.
we returned 3 out of the 4 captains from last year. So yeah, we've kept everything pretty similar. So yeah.
Who's playing the bagpipes these days?
That's a good question.
Yeah, this kid Ross Bergmaster, he actually texted me before I went on asking for a shout out. So thank you for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bergmaster's a dog.
Yeah, Bergmaster gets on those fucking pipes and people know.
And people stop.
Yeah, they know what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
These Notre Dame boys about to run wild, bro.
Look out.
4 transfers. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, absolute studs, all of them.
All of them. All of them.
Big sons of bitches.
Yeah, Tommy Buckner coming in at town.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play in the Rose Bowl. He was there, and then he goes to fucking.
He played pregame.
Yeah, he did.
He played a little pregame.
He's there next day.
He played against South Florida.
Yeah, you're damn right he did. That was a big turning point for that entire season.
It was.
That was a huge part of the Alabama season.
Turning point for him, too.
Yep, and the whole thing.
Hey, maybe lacrosse is my thing.
But he's a fucking guy.
Yeah, dog.
Weapon.
All right. Patty, we appreciate you, pal. We can't wait to watch you guys do it again.
All right, appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully it works out. We'll see. The next few weeks will be exciting, and hopefully it all works out and come back on the show.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and then we get more Kavanagh camps.
Yep.
Boom.
We got one in Plum coming, right? We got one in Columbus, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No question. Get in the RV, load the boys up, tour the country.
That's right.
Let's go.
Sweet.
Kavanagh camp after Kavanagh camp.
What?
After Kavanagh camp.
What?
After Kavanagh camp.
What?
After Kavanagh camp.
What?
You can't have it be Kavanagh's killer camp.
No, you can't.
No,
Yeah,
you can't.
Especially after
you can
everything
do
we've
crazy.
learned.
Can't do, unless you want to be a turtle camp, if that's what people will know you for. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Patty Kavanagh. Can't call that a killer camp.
No.
Cannot.
Gotta use other descriptors.
Yeah. Crazy.
No, because you could still do that
With a K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is spelling camp with a K.
Don't.
Can't do that.
Won't do
Too
it.
many of them.
You could do cool.
There's a certain amount of K's you can kind of put next to each other.
Yeah.
And then there's just one particular number of K's
Yeah.
You just cannot.
that just cannot be next to each other.
Unless you had
do
a
it.
baseball game.
No. Set a
flip
baseball
those.
game.
Did you see what Caboli did? Caboli got himself in
Mark?
in a situation.
I did not.
Well, they were trying to name a new, I think, a bat dog or something for the Pirates.
Sure.
You want to call him Bucko, but with K's in the middle, and instead of 2 K's, you maybe 3 K's for strikeouts.
Caboli.
Yeah,
Mark. Mark.
You see, you guys are talking about dog name right now.
Caboli.
That's bad.
Can't just have those. You can't hit that one button 3 times. Can't do it.
There's a reason Texan stopped at
I
KK
fucked up.
when you were texting.
Mark, is that markable? Jeez, he deleted the tweet. He said, "It's not what I meant." Oh my god.
I mean, that wasn't the craziest baseball thing we saw or heard about.
Thank you for reminding me.
Oh no.
Oh my god. The NHL had 2 overtime games last night. One of them being a double overtime game. Holy shit. The NHL playoffs are alive. The NBA had a couple massive blowouts, but boy, we got 2 young teams really doing their thing. And we got stars of tomorrow. The playoffs are fantastic. We got people dunking on Austin Rivers and NBA players as a whole for 8 hours in the mentions, full. You update, refresh, boom, there's another 1,000. Update, refresh, boom, there's another 1,000. It was a great sports night by all accounts, online, on TV, and everything like that. One thing was the greatest thing that happened.
By far.
And it came from the MLB Network. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a prediction from the studio show on the MLB Network that came out to be the greatest of all time last evening. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite thing that happened in the sports world just yesterday.
Don't take this the wrong way.
Okay.
But we are already a no-hitter alert. Yoshinobu Yamamoto before he throws a single pitch tonight against the Marlins. Whoa. We have a no-hitter alert. Okay. Enjoy what could be a no-hitter from Yamamoto.
You know Jazz swing your first pitch.
Right here on MLB Network for Harold. See why I'm Greg. We have a no-hitter alert.
Wow. That's a graphic.
Yeah. Enjoy this game live on MLB Network.
Boy, you're crazy. It's in the major leagues to
Is that
establish
Harold?
himself as that guy.
Marlins are ass. This guy's a stud. This guy's going to throw a no-hitter tonight. Game is starting right now. First pitch of the fucking game.
Yamamoto
Yep. Gone. Gone. Home run.
Shot.
First pitch. When you talk about like a jinx or whatever,
Yeah.
that is maybe the most beautiful one I've seen because baseball sucks. That very rarely happens. So for a no-hitter to happen, it's like, yeah, maybe, especially with how good this guy is. Maybe he rides all the way in like the eighth inning into an out, and people are like, oh, well, is he going to get jinxed by what they call before the game? Maybe. First fucking pitch. Gone. This thing's over. Ty. I didn't know we called no-hitters before games even started.
You don't.
I'm going to start doing that.
No, you don't.
Paul Skeen's throwing a no-hitter this week.
You can do that, but that's why you don't do it right there, because that does happen every time. Everyone knows that in baseball, you don't fucking ever mention a no-hitter, especially anywhere around a pitcher, because those guys are a little bit wacko as is. Yamamoto is gonna find this guy and he's gonna cut his head off. Now, granted, they won 8-2 and he had a hell of a game. He pitched 8 innings. He looked great. But you just don't do shit like that. You just don't.
On the MLB Network.
Unbelievable.
I didn't see a clip till this morning. As I was watching it this morning, I was like, this got to be fake. No way this is happening. I even asked, I paused the video and I said, so this guy was in the middle of a no-hitter? No. The game hasn't even started yet. Oh, I didn't know we did this. I didn't know this happened. This is all at play. And then as the guy's walking up in my head, I'm like, oh, no way. The reason why everybody's excited for me to watch this right now. Gone. Fucking dinger. That is beautiful. You know, because they say commentators jinx kickers all the time.
Sure, of course.
And shooters, you know, like from the foul line and everything like that. That was on a scale that I don't think I've ever seen when it came to hilarity and just how quick it all happened. What a beautiful story out of the MLB. Once again, baseball proves that's not really the baseball that's the story. It's fucking everything else around it.
And it's funny how things come full circle because Ty kind of called Yamamoto news before it happened as well, and similar results happened. So it's just funny how this world works.
Yeah.
It comes full circle.
I forgot about that.
And you know what? The Yankees don't fucking need him, so who cares? You know? I'm glad they fucking took him yard last night. That son of a bitch does not want to come to the Bronx.
What did he do? He had like 2 hits. I think he gave up like.
Oh, yeah, he pitched great. The Marlins fucking suck.
Yeah, we do.
They've given up already. Traded their best player and said, well, I guess the playoffs aren't going to happen.
Coach was trying to quit after 5 games.
They've played fucking 38 games. They got another 130 left, and they're already selling off their best player. Well, playoffs just aren't going to happen for us this year, I don't think.
That's normally the Pirates, not this year, though.
No, not anymore.
Nope.
No Skeens and the Hondo boys.
Is he playing for the Pirates?
There was rumors he was coming up this weekend. We haven't heard anything
Oh,
yet.
the best pitcher in baseball. Who's he play for? The
it's
Indianapolis Indians. What do you mean?
They got a team now in Indiana?
Yeah, well, it's AAA for the Pittsburgh Pirates, though.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Pirates got 13-3.
Oh.
Or 3-13, I mean.
Are they trying to save him? Are they trying to save his arm, or what are we doing?
No, they're just fucking it up.
No, they're trying to save his arm. Yeah, you're right.
For what, 20 years from now? When are they saving his arm?
Like, is that?
Yeah.
When he's on a different
They're
team?
going to trade him anyway before he gets there, probably.
It's the new Bucks.
No, they don't trade.
Not
They just
going to
don't
trade
pay
him, yeah.
Who do
He's
you
just going
root
to
for?
Oh, you're going to pay him $500 million when he's do that?
No.
Wait, who's your team? The Cincinnati Reds?
Yeah, I'm the Reds, yeah.
Well, I saw Herb Street put out a tweet about how the Reds are doing. I haven't seen a single baseball pitched or hit for the Reds, but I read one tweet from Herb Street. Yins fucking suck. You guys got nothing over there in Cincinnati. They have no energy. They have no passion, no pizzazz.
Nope.
They can't hit for shit. That team stinks, is what I read from a Herb Street tweet.
Pirates got more wins than the Reds do, so.
Pick it up.
Yeah. All the Reds have
Pick it up when it matters. When it matters.
All right, let's get the hell out of here on this glorious Wednesday educational program.
Very much so.
We can also be a giveaway program, too.
Could be.
Ooh.
Pac-Man Jones, in your incredibly cool outfit right now. You look very cool. Just want to let you know. Hair looks cool, too.
Clean.
Got a cool song coming out on the 21st.
Hell yeah.
Why don't you be a cool guy and do maybe 10 people, 15, 20 people, $500. All you got to do is accomplish some sort of athletic feat out here in the Thunderdome, and 20 people will win $500. What will it be, Pac-Man Jones?
I like that he's giving it some thought.
They do enjoy the amount of
who is that
preparation you give thought to what you want to do for the giveaway. That's Gumpy and Nick in the back. Because Gumpy's the one who tweets the clips, so he never knows if he should cut off the actual waiting time of the thinking because it is part of the process.
Yeah. Good process.
It is a part of the process.
Pops me every time.
Or if he should just put it out there. Gumpy is kind of confused.
Let him go through his process, guys.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've told Gumpy this whole time.
Gumpy.
Gumpy's like, well, then everybody's not. Who's going to watch a video if you just? Well, it's like it's a fucking giveaway.
Part of the deal.
If they want to win, well, this is the part of the process. Sometimes you got to watch greats do their thing to find out how greats become great. Pac-Man Jones, what do you want to do?
Football.
Oh,
Boom.
shit.
Okay.
Boom. Didn't he drain the first one last time he did this?
Pack. Yes, he did.
Come on, Pack.
All right, Adam.
Come on.
You'll be throwing a football where? You tell me. Okay.
With the jacket on?
Mahomes had to take it. Done button it.
What do you want to put in a hoop or you want to put in a bin? That is not a trash can.
No, it's not.
Why don't you, well, we should do the bin. Yeah, we'll do the bin. 20 people, $500 if you put it into Dwayne Johnson's bin over there. Some people say it's a trash can. It is not. No. It was supposed to be a bin,
Yeah, a
ball bin.
The final boss bin.
Yeah, it's the final boss's bin, of course.
We used it for Clipboard Jesus. That's what it is. It's meant for footballs to be thrown into.
Yeah, the final boss is trying to help people win $500.
Yeah, knowing more football than Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
He owns the league.
Bingo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pac-Man Jones will attempt to put it into the final boss's bin. If he does, $500 will be given to 20 people. All you have to do is repost this video, say something nice to somebody, and put the easiest way to pay you. Pac-Man Jones, why don't we get a winner? Maybe 20 of them.
Come on, Pac.
Sweet shoes. You look really
Great
cool.
shoes.
Money.
Oh, yes.
Money.
Banks do count.
Good throw. Perfect distance.
I like that
Banks
ricochet.
do count. I'm going to pick up another ball, although you're not going to need it.
You won't need it.
That was almost our speed championship. Ricochet.
Ricochet, yeah. 20 people, $500 if he puts his
Get
ball
right.
into the final boss's bin.
All right, right,
slipped.
left.
That
So
one
this
slipped.
is the one.
Right down the middle now. All you got to do is split them. Ladies and gentlemen, if Pac-Man Jones is able to bury this football into the final boss's bin, 20 people will win $500.
Yep.
Bear.
The bear.
Ooh. There's another one right there, Pat, to the left of your foot.
Hit the bear in the chest. Adam Pac-Man Jones, who has a song called All the Smoke coming out on the 21st of this month, can win 20 people $500. All he's got to do is put the ball in the bin.
Hold on. There's
All over
another-
it. All over it.
Throw the dude.
Great distance.
Throw the dude.
You're an NFL guy. You're all pro.
Throw the dude.
NFL all pro. NFL all
You know when that Duke hits your hands, you're going to feel at home.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man who played 12 years in the NFL at the position of corner and then pivoted into being a rapper who has a song called All the Smoke coming out on the 21st.
There's a little Alabama ball there.
Damn it.
Got the doors
Up there. You got the
Maybe throw
got
Baby Lord out.
grade school gym class
Shut
football
up,
there.
AJ.
Lordo.
What's your problem?
Oh, he's throwing it from back.
That we smack those teeth out of your mouth and throw them.
Yeah, the toilet seat.
They're in there pretty
baby.
tight.
Oh!
That one would have been
Good throw. Good throw.
Yeah, that was a
That was
tight
fucking
spiral.
deep.
Those are all completions.
Yeah.
They're all in the ballpark, except for the one. The one
Wasn't
left.
good enough.
The one.
You do, obviously, you know.
That Russ.
Yeah, hold on.
Is that the Russ Wilson door
Stand up,
celebrate?
Pac.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is one final ball to be tossed, one that has never been caught by anybody, but it's certainly been hucked in a direction that they did not mean to throw it. The dorsal fin ball!
Get in.
That one's
man.
tricky.
That must have not been calibrated.
Not bad.
You got to aim right a little.
I
Calibrated.
think that was
It wasn't calibrated.
lefty. Yeah.
Steelers.
That thing is
Yeah,
terrible.
when's the black and gold version coming out? Because I need 10 of them.
No, I thought he wasn't making a black and gold version there. He was just releasing a brick with the Steelers logo on it as the new football.
Thank you, Russ.
If you shave the corners of that brick
Exactly.
What?
and they painted laces on,
Mm-hmm. May hollow it out.
might be easier to catch than that one.
I would guess. Yes.
You know what I mean? If you,
Yeah.
Anything. Anything.
Sand it down.
Easier to catch a refrigerator than that. Kidding me? How did that get made?
What are you talking about? It's a great toy.
There wasn't a lot of good decisions in Denver.
True.
great toy. That is an ass toy.
It's a great toy.
Nah, that is.
People opened that on Christmas and were fucking pissed.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The kid opened it and was like, "Oh, I got a football," and then somebody has to play catch with the other person that had to
That
play
hurt.
catch was so pissed.
You know how many ER visits there were that day?
The fuck?
A lot of broken fingies.
What is this? It's dorsal fin.
Yeah, dorsal. Idiot.
Russell Wilson trained with us. That's what they said.
You know how he does it?
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Did he really? He didn't say trained with it, did he?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Part of his off-season program.
Smith's Toy Superstore.
Oh, there's the Seattle colors too.
Yeah,
Yeah, 8-year-olds.
That's AI. There's no kid throwing.
Good catch.
Good catch.
Oh, calibrated.
That's not the same one. That's not the same one. That one's softer.
This is the knockoff of the Vortex, the good one that you could throw a mile.
No, this one has soft edge. That one's good.
That one's different.
That might be the next evolution of it. The first one might have been Russell's, where they said,
good catch.
You actually can't catch this because you're just throwing plastic.
Come
through this
on,
guy
you guys gotta be humble.
with actual knives on the back of it.
Yeah, that one looks awesome, actually.
Yeah, well, the first one maybe wasn't the finished product. Good for them. Just like Russell Wilson as he takes Pittsburgh.
That's right.
It wasn't his finished product in Denver.
No.
Was it?
He's only getting better over there. And if he's not, Justin Fields is sitting right
Exactly.
there.
Goal position.
Let's get the hell out of here. It's a graveyard, isn't it? A lot of balls.
Yeah, it's a damn shame.
A lot of balls.
Still got one more pack. I mean, I don't know.
He hit one today.
Not one. I mean, the lacrosse basketball shot.
It's close.
Hit the net.
I thought, I thought I had it. Legit, I thought one was going in.
The W ball. That one was tracking.
Well, Debo was being a fucking hater, too.
Yeah,
I
got a little better angle than you as far as the distance.
From where we're throwing? Oh,
it was online, but I saw that it wouldn't make it.
Oh, you said not enough juice.
Debo.
Just like Jamal Murray said with that towel.
Yeah, he knew.
Not enough juice. Give me the fucking heating pad. I need to do this thing again.
Bush League.
He was not suspended. He was fined $100,000 as we predicted yesterday because source
Says.
told us that was going to be the case. That particular source
Says.
came on the show today. What did he tell us? Anything?
No.
No. Not really.
I thought they were going to change it. He might be suspended because they talked about it for 2 hours this morning.
Let's get to a break. We'll be back tomorrow.
That is actually a good point.
Thanks for the info, Coach.
Game's not till tomorrow. There's still time.
Coach, come on.
You think LeBron should stop playing because it's kind of affecting his legacy now?
All right. We'll be back tomorrow. More sports media, more education, more information, more fuckery. We're lucky to do it. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change. Hey, great work today, Pac. Go right this week. Go right in the back. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on three. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye.